Okay, so we got that going. Good, good, good. All right, y'all. Welcome to a sound check. Let me go ahead and get things all set up here. I even got the dual monitor set up now, so I can make sure OBS and everything is fine. And then later I can move the comments over as well, so that's good. That's good. But we'll keep them here for now while I get everything all set up. So there we are. Should be up public, fun stuff. Okay, good. All right, good, 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 good. So we'll go ahead and get some music up, and then we'll start sharing, and then we'll begin the share. Actually, let me duplicate just so I can see what's going on over here, and do that. Just good. So we got the comments and everything up. Oop. Live chat. It's good. Okay. So we can adjust things on the fly as needed, which is good. Ever joined the army? Nah, I'm good, brother. I been there, done that. So, well, as a Navy, but not the Army. But I'm good on the military, dude. Appreciate it though. Plus, I'm too old, to be honest. So, but let's get everything all set up here. Okay, let's get some background music. That's what it's been. No. Jesus. Wrong Buster. I was thinking Bento Buster. Zen Buster. Jesus. I really need some coffee. I guess more than I thought. Got some right here. So I'll be getting into that here in a sec. Okay, so we got 10 hours of the lo-fi beats and things. That's good. That's good. So we'll just have this on while we do the chat, and then we can do some reaction Andrew here in a bit. So got that going. Can't really hear it, but actually is oh, good, good, good. So it's not gonna blare on stream, so that's good. Okay, let's get that going. If you guys are just tuning in, this is just the sound check portion, so y'all ain't missed nothing yet. Okay, so that's good. Alright, desktop audio is on. Hopefully it's not too loud. I don't think it is. It's at negative 35. Should be fine. Turn it up a little bit. Otherwise should be fine. So, alrighty. So we got that going. Good sheet. So we'll just move this here. And oh, we gotta share. Forgot about that part. So once we get done sharing, then we'll get to streaming proper. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Nice. What your prize at? Ah, yeah. Sorry, I was just going through some of my Twitter mentions. So true. Yeah, we'll get to sharing. Sorry, ADD moment. First stream of the year. Okay. So we'll get that going. Pin that one. Okay. pause book, and then Discord. We'll begin. There we go. Okay. I really should have like a standby screen at some point, huh? Hope streams come through. Keep working hard, please. Be kind. Oh, thanks so much, Spin Feathers. I appreciate it. Cheers, bruvy. Well, I don't have a drink. Okay. Cheers, bruvy. There we go. Yeah, sorry I didn't get to the interesting part of the stream. But you can catch in the post streams. That's no problem. No problem at all. Let's see. Comment there. Oh, that's the early access. My bad. Hey, what up, Broadcast? Hope everything's good with you, dude. I saw some of your recent videos and stuff. It's pretty interesting. It's not really the type of music I'm usually into, but I get it. Let's see here. If you're just tuning in, this is just a sound check portion, so I'm just getting everything all set up before we actually begin. Okay. Yeah, no worries, man. We'd love to see you cover, I don't know, maybe just me personally. I like, learning about some of the older Japanese music scene, because, for me, I like the city pop genre. From like 70s and 80s and stuff like that. That's a little more my speed, but that's just me though. Yeah, just doing me promos. Okay, so we got that going. Oh shoot, hold on. Forgot to have my VPN on. I'll blink out for like a second, so just hang in there. I'll be offline for just a second. I just gotta turn off the VPN, so choco your lattes. Okay, and we're back. Good. Okay, yeah, sometimes I forget to turn off the VPN and the connection gets a little laggy when I'm streaming. It's fine for everything else, but you'll know how it is. So, anywho's in Berg. Sorry, in the McDonald's for breakfast right now, not have earphones. No worries. You can just watch me the whole time. Or whatever. Let's go. Alright, so we are at the 9-minute mark, so we'll begin the stream proper. So, alright, we're live, pal. Once again, baby. So, hey, Andy here. And Happy New Year to all who are with us in this year, 2023. We did not plan for that intro. It was really improv. But yeah, how you guys doing today? Definitely a lot of things to discuss. How long am I streaming for? Probably just for a few hours. I don't usually stream too long. Usually about 2 hours, maybe 3 would be my limit for the most part. Yo, what's going on? Everybody's coming in the chat. Nice. Good to see some familiar faces and some fresh faces as well. Yo, 2023. Yeah, guys. So, my first stream of the new year, and new year, new me, well, not new room, but it's a rearranged room. Give you a little tour of the new room. Well, new room. So, I'll be away from the mic, so I'll try to talk as loud as I can. But we'll lift the camera up here. Hello. And show you around. So, this is like really bizarre. So I'm looking at the monitor to see where I am. So, here's the door. There's the door. So I rearranged my room last night, and I moved the bed back to its original position. If you guys, I don't know if y'all saw my moving video like some years ago, but when I moved here, the bed was originally here, and I moved it to be right in front of the door, just because I like to have a little more space over that way, and I wanted the desk to be over there. But I was getting a little sick and tired of it, so I decided to move the bed back to its original spot. Then I moved the desk over to where the old coffee table was, because this is originally where my little desk setup was. So I just kind of moved it back there, had it facing the wall, because it was facing like the other way, so I could just kind of like slide in there that way. But I decided to just have it face the wall just for convenience. And plus I could just leave this microphone stand here. Never mind the cable. Like I said, I just moved all this stuff yesterday. So I got the computer set up all here. And then I got my appliance set up all over here as well. Moved the fridge like as close to the wall as possible. You got a little bulwark, whatever they're called, the little pop-up things, so I can only move the fridge so far. And then I had to move my clothes and everything to where it's pretty much touching the closet door. Well, at least the suitcase is. I had to like move the suitcase to where it's like hugging the door, basically. And I still have some trash I gotta take out, so yeah, never mind that part. But yeah, so I got it all kind of set up there, and feels pretty good, man. Feels pretty good. Yeah. Put the camera back to where it was. And yes. Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's a directional mic. So basically, I just moved my desk around to, it used to face the window, which is over there, and so I moved it to face this wall, just so it opens up the room a bit more, and put the bed back in its original position, kind of huddled up next to the window, except for this little spacer thing that's a little weird. Then just kind of moved the fridge and the clothes as far apart as I could, so I could fit my little appliance table right there. So that's a little TLDR for all of you who couldn't hear it. Sorry about that. So I did that last night actually, and that was fun. Especially doing it when you're a little tipsy. So, yeah, I had my first drink of 2023 last night as well, which we'll be getting into for resolutions, which is a little, where's stuff like laundry machine? Laundry machines, we have one in the building, and there's also a Clinton laundry, that's, well, several Queen laundries that are nearby as well, if the need arises, but I usually just use the one in the building. So I just take my little bag of laundry and walk my happy ass there. So it's not too shabby, all things considered. You know, I'd say that it's a really fine place, especially if you're like a student or you're just getting your footing in Japan. It's nice, cheap, very conveniently placed to where it's not in Tokyo, but it's close to Tokyo. And you can get to a lot of other spots as well pretty easily. So, yeah. But that being said, I do plan on moving, but we'll get into that with the New Year's resolutions as well. So, and of course I'll be making a video on that to where it's a little more, not condensed, but just more concise, rather than just me kind of rambling and trying to remember things on a live stream. But yeah, you know, I got the new streaming setup, got the mic up and everything, so I don't have to put it away like I used to, because the way I had it set up before, I would have to put it away or else I wouldn't be able to get to the windows to open them up. But now this is pretty out of the way. It's not really in the way of my general flow of things. Like, the only thing I would have to do would just be like, you know, kick the actual mic stand up so it's not in my way on the desk, but otherwise wouldn't have to move it. So I'm hoping to, you know, be streaming more, of course. Let's see, Japan's a great history country. Oh yeah, lots of shrines. Lots of shrines out here for sure. Especially with the New Year's, lots of people out there too. So it's a little too crowded for my taste, but you know, now Hatsumode has. Oh, is it? Okay. Well, me actually, we'll see if this works. Don't know if that's gonna work or not. Thanks for letting me know there, Baka Broadcast. So hopefully that helps a little. I wish there was some kind of okay, good. Yeah, I just had it dimed on the video page, but it has like a 35 decibel cut on OBS. But I guess since it was boosted a little bit, so whatever. It's funny, but yeah, you know. So I guess we can get into some YouTuber New Year's resolutions. Going to Okinawa before, like, oh, I've never been to. Well, actually, no. Technically, I've been to Okinawa before, but that was only when I was in the Navy, and we only used it as like a pit stop in between going to other countries. So we just go there, fill the ship up with gas and stuff, and head on out. So we were only in Okinawa for maybe a couple hours at a time at most. But White Beach was nice. But on a serious note, though, I definitely do want to do more traveling at some point for sure, because there's a lot of Japan that I need to get to. I did go and do a little bit of traveling near the end of 2022 that I've yet to put up because, you know, technically it was part of a company trip, and we went to a lot of different places out in Osaka and Kyoto before all the tourists came back. So I just have like a shit ton of footage that I've yet to put together, and it's pretty much like all B-roll and stuff. So it's not me doing like the usual Andy Japandi vlogger, you know, hey guys, Andy here, and today on Andy Japandi, I'm gonna be taking you to Shinsekai in Osaka or whatever, you know. So I might just make it kind of an introless type Andy Japandi video for those, because it's just B-roll basically. I might do some voiceover to explain what's going on, but we'll get there when we get there. You know, it's a lot of footage for sure. Let's see you next size. Oh yeah, that'd be nice. You know, a little kairi. I think it's their version of Kanpai, right? Or that one from Karate Kid, or Cobra Kai, I should say, to be more specific. But yeah, so I did do a little bit of traveling near the end of 2022, but I definitely do want to do more this year as well, if work and funds and visa allow. So, as you guys know, I am currently on my designated activities visa for job hunting purposes. So I'm looking to. Why is my camera so dang high? So I am looking to look for full-time visa-sponsored work, and sorry, the camera's a little distracting. Anyway, so I am looking for full-time visa-sponsored work, so that way I can continue my stay here in Japan, and hoping to finally get that work visa so I can do that. They conquer and always challenge all kinds of yeah, right, for sure. So I'm looking to find work out here so I can get the work visa and stay out here longer and be able to work longer hours as well, because right now I can only work up to 28 hours, so it's like basic arubaito, part-time gig work until I get the true blue work visa, and that's what we'll be doing. See if I can find some full-time work, or maybe have my current job, see if we can if they can afford to hire me on full-time. We'll just kind of see how it goes, really, because I do enjoy the work that I do there, but it does come with some pretty strong caveats, I gotta say. And yeah, so we'll just see how it goes as far as that goes. Okay, no worries, man. Good to have you on there, Baka Broadcast. Appreciate it. You can always catch the VOD as well, if you don't come back in time. So, cheers, bruv. But yeah, that's going to be one of the main resolutions, is to, get visa-sponsored work so I can continue my stay here, make more money so I can go out and do more projects and have a more consistent work schedule as well, so I can plan out projects more, instead of just being either stuck at work or stuck here in the room working on other people's videos. I definitely do want to do more traveling, more making my own shit, basically. So I think, first and foremost, got to take care of the IRL stuff to make all the YouTube stuff really come together. So got to get that full-time job, or at least a visa-sponsored job, basically. So that's first and foremost on the docket. And then as far as other personal stuff, before we get into the YouTube things, figure of whole Japan prefecture if you visit all across the... Yeah, that would be something. I'd have to have a good amount of money and put away a lot of time to do something like that, because I don't have the advantages that someone like a Chris Broad would have. Yo, what's up, Kurt? How's it going? But yeah, I don't have the assets and things that Chris Broad has, so I can't just, go fuck off in other parts of Japan for a few weeks. But maybe as like a progressive thing, I could probably figure something out, once everything else gets sorted. Yo, what up, AJ? Yeah, a lot of people in chat today. Nice. I love it. I love a lively chat. So, like I said, I do plan on making my own, or more of my own stuff for this year, because I noticed, especially doing the compilation videos for 2022, like, I didn't make shit last year. It's just, like, it's one thing to, like, see the amount of videos, but it's another thing to see, like, the runtime of everything, and it's like, I remember when the compilation videos used to be, like, several hours, like 6, 7, 8, I think one of them was even, like, 10 hours long of stuff, and now it's, I think this recent one was, like, 2 hours and change for the vlogs, and then, like, 20 minutes for the Andy Japandy stuff. I was like, fuck, man. Like, I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was quite that bad. But, in fairness, it was my last year of school, and I had to take care of that, first and foremost. So it just kind of was what it was, but damn, I really got to get back in the saddle as far as that goes. And, I've been thinking about a bunch of different types of content ideas, going to different prefectures in Japan, of course, would be one, but that's something that has to be really, really planned out. JSDF for first country, good panorama, good military, that's cool, so we got that going, and shit, I completely lost my train of thought, but get some coffee. This is a mixture of Dotour iced coffee and some French press that I brewed. Fun stuff. But yeah, just do more stuff on YouTube, whether it's live streams or going out and doing shit for Andy Japandy. I really want to do more content, because I feel like I really didn't do shit last year. Yeah, cheers, Bubby. And I definitely want to do more. And I also enjoy streaming, kind of blinked out there first. Okay, never mind. It looked like the video feed blinked out there for a sec. But yeah, I really didn't do shit last year, and I want to correct that for sure. So, you know, I definitely gonna be doing more streaming. As far as IRL streams, you know, until I get some more consistent funds, pretty much have to deal with my current setup, which is not ideal. My phone is unshielded, so I can't get a microphone because you'll hear all that snap, crackle, popping noises that some of you guys might remember. Some of the IRL streams that I did with the microphone on. I used both the USB-C mic that I ended up returning because it was shit. I've heard that they've fixed a lot of those issues with a firmware update after I returned it. And then I have my other mic, which just plugs into the 3.5mm jack. Still the same issues with the crackling, so it's definitely the phone. And plus, in fairness, you know, the phone's pretty old, so it's about time for an upgrade anyway. So I'll probably just get another Galaxy. Either probably just the basic model. I don't need like the super like plus ultra whatever the fuck else they got. I just need the basic model. It's fine. So I'll get either an S22 or the new S23, depending on pricing. Probably gonna get the S22 to be honest, because it'll be a bit more appropriately priced once I'm able to secure the funds for that. So we got that. Another thing I want to do is, once we have more funds set up, I do want to get a new camera because I like the A7C, but there are some limitations that it has, that especially if I want to do more outside vlogs, I definitely need to get something to overcome those limitations. And one of those limitations being the stabilization. So it does have some workarounds that allow it to have really nice steady video without the need for a gimbal, because I don't want to fuck around with the gimbal. I have one, but like I never use it because it's so damn finicky. I'm probably gonna end up selling it, to be honest. So I only used it like a couple times and it's just no. It's too fucking much, and it's another fucking battery to worry about, so I don't want to have to lug all that shit for it to fucking die on me. So yeah, we're not doing that. It's gonna be handheld. And you know, if it's good enough for abroad in Japan, it's too good for me, right? So I was thinking, and obviously again, keep in mind this is just kind of spitballing. All this is contingent on getting that full-time job and however much my salary will be, of course. So don't go think I'm gonna blow all my money right away, right? Because I don't have it like that yet. But you know, something I'm working towards, right? So I definitely do want to get either, well, probably the A7 IV. I would say that would be the most likely option that I would get, because that has the best of all worlds as far as, you know, it has an improved sensor, just a lot of other little improvements from the A7C, and it's just a full frame body, which I didn't think I wanted because I thought it was maybe a little too big of a camera. It'd be too cumbersome to lug around. But after using the A7S III, which is Eric Surf 6's camera, I'm just like, damn, I really got to get one of these. I mean, obviously, not the A7S III, because I also do photography, so I want something that can kind of match that as well, which is why I lean more towards the base model, because it kind of, you know, it's not a specialist camera like the A7S III is, or the A7R, but it does kind of a little of everything, and it's pretty appropriately priced, I'd say. So you get one of those, and ideally, if I just find a job that just hands me obnoxious amounts of money, I would probably get the A7R5, because that can record in 8K, and that's just fucking insane. Yeah. So, but you know, I'm getting the A7 IV for the electronic stabilization. That's another reason. and plus 4K 60, which is good for B-roll. I wouldn't shoot it for like A-roll talking segments. I'd rather just use it for B-roll and just like slow it down in post for like the nice, smooth, steady shots. Yeah. Tried doing the video monopod, but it was marginal improvements, really. And plus, again, it's just extra gear to lug around. Yeah, 460K cropped. Yeah, I heard about that too. It's meh, but you know, again, that's why I just be using it for B-roll. So most of the time, it'd be close-ups anyway. But regardless, it is definitely something I do want to get because it has some other improvements. Plus, just the full-frame body is another thing. You know, the A7C is a little too small by itself. Like, I have to get the small rig, which has the grip extender, because the grip is just way too shallow for me. But if you just get like any of the standard A7s, the grip is just right, at least for me anyway. But that's just what I'm gonna be doing. And obviously we'll still keep all the same glass and everything. For my current job, I might end up investing in a new lens, but that's just gonna be especially for that line of work. Yeah, if you're using it in daylight, then cell phones are fine. But you know, that's why I don't mind using them for like IRL streams and stuff like that. You know, it's perfectly serviceable. And I've done a lot of good videos with just my phone, like the Andy Eats Japandi videos. Shot those all on my phone, and you know, they still hold up. I think they're pretty good. But you know, I also want to get a little lav mic. So I saw a video with Abroad in Japan recently where he did like a whole rundown of gear and everything, and he said something that I didn't really think about, but like looking back, it kind of makes sense considering kind of the stuff that I went through in filming in places in Japan, and that is the use of the shotgun mic. So most of the time, if you're like outside or something, most people won't care. But if you try to go into like a restaurant or something like that with a camera with a shotgun mic, then they'll be like, "Oh, dame camera, no camera, no camera, no camera, no." So they'll like shoo you out of the restaurant. But if you have the same camera but no shotgun mic, then they'll be like, "Oh, eat it, y'all," because they'll think you're just taking pictures. But you know, you just have the little lav mic off to the side and just talk and do little food reviews and whatnot. Then it's easier. It's even all earphones. Interesting. It sounds like some ASMR shit. I don't know if I want to capture like just the full 360 audio like that. It'd be kind of interesting for some applications, but not really quite what I'm looking for, especially considering how cacophonous some areas may be. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be getting the Zoom BT2 or something like that, I think is what it's called. I have it saved on my Amazon list. There's one that has Bluetooth, and then there's one without. I looked up like the differences between the two, and really like the Bluetooth is used for like using the app, and it's for like doing time codes and things. So it can be useful in some applications, but I don't really need the Bluetooth version, so I'll save a couple bucks just with the regular one, the F2, Zoom F2. So yeah, not Rode. I was considering it because my friend Eric6 uses the Rode Go mics, and those have been fairly reliable as long as he's able to use them correctly. Sorry, Eric. But yeah, those have been fairly reliable for him for the most part. And oh hell, I'll just show you guys what I'm looking at here. Make sure there's nothing too out of pocket. Alright, do window capture. Choto your lattes. Where is it? Not that one. There we are. Okay, there we go. All right, see, this is what I'm talking about, the F2, Zoom F2. Yo, my lord! Thanks for joining in. Yeah, I got I got Bradley when I saw him on your stream, actually. I paid way too much for him, though, because I had to get him imported into Japan. So, it's good, man. Oh, I've been, like, watching your streams, like, non-stop, dude. So, yeah, anybody who don't know, Lord Aethelston, he's a VTuber, now doing more FleshTuber IRL type stuff. And, wow, I'm, like, just looking over New Year's resolutions and things. Oh, Bradley, that's the name of the golden retriever that's on my fridge. I don't know if y'all can y'all see that in the back? I don't know. Oh shit, you can't, because I have the, hold on. Okay, so it's the name of the golden retriever on my fridge. Saw it on Lord Aethelson's stream, and decided to get a fridge magnet version. So it just slaps on. There we go. Yeah, it's just a little fridge magnet. You just slap it on. There you go. But I paid like way too fucking much for it because I had to get it imported into Japan. Yeah, dude. You could probably, well, you're back in America, so you can get it like way fucking cheaper now. But I paid like $50 for it because of import costs. But I think you can get it for like maybe 20 or 30, if that. So, yeah, absolutely. And I got like the biggest one too. You can get like little smaller ones if your fridge is too crowded. But I just got the biggest one they had and just slap it on. Yeah, man. It's good to have you on the stream for sure. So, going back to what I was talking about, one of the things I want to get is this guy, the Zoom F2. So I saw this on a video with Chris Broad, and he has this so that way. Yeah, dude. So we're doing this more for like outside vlogging and stuff like that. Because like inside, like I have the Shure MV7, which is like the USB version of the Shure SM7B Bravo, the podcaster mic basically. So I just have like the USB version of that. It does have an input for XLR, so if I do want to get like a DAT or something like that, I could hook it in that way. But because I'm in Japan, space is a little limited. You know, you can only do so much within 10 square meters, or 6 joule if you're in the know. So I just decided just to use the USB for now, which I think is fine. And I got the old little puff guard from one of my old mics, the Zoom H2N, which I used for many years. But this one is a field mic, so it's just a little lav mic. And one of the things that Chris was mentioning was that in Japan, and you might know this too, Aethel, I don't know if you did any IRL recording. I know, right? Like a lot of people, like I know Connor was kind of talking about how, you know, oh, you gotta use XLR, mate. You know, it's not good if it's through a USB. But USB is pretty decent for most things. Like you would get like some improvement through XLR, because I used to have an old Shure PGA 30 something. It was one of the old microphones that Markiplier used. I got it on a good deal on eBay, and it was marginally better, but considering what I had to invest into it, you know, the mic and the mixer and all this other extra shit, it wasn't really worth it. You know, I just like kind of an easy plug and play USB setup for most things. But you know, if I was doing like serious like studio recording, then yeah, we'll use the XLRs. That's fine. Anyway, sorry, in a bit of gear mode here. But yeah, so this one, I saw this in a Broad in Japan video because he uses this to record inside restaurants and things. Because if you go into your Japanese restaurant or whatever with a shotgun mic, they usually get a little nervous and they don't ask you to film and stuff like that. But if you just go in there with the camera and it doesn't have the shotgun mic and you just kind of use this kind of in secret, then they don't mind. Usually they get a lot less nervous because they think you're just taking pictures of food, right? So I kind of want to use this to be a little more covert in some places, you know, because I want to do more outside vlogging and things. Because, you know, this year, man, I didn't do fucking shit. you know? And, you know, just looking back, because I made compilation videos for the series that I do on this channel. So I did one for my vlogs, for the Andy Japandy series, which was like 4 videos, because last year of college do be like that. And yeah, man, it's wasn't that much. So this year I definitely want to do more, and this is one of the mics that I'm looking at getting. So I just wanted to show you all that. So we'll get back to the main cam here. And another thing I want to get is the Sony a7 IV at some point, probably later in the year when I can actually afford it. Because right now I have the a7C from Sony, and it's a perfectly fine camera, but it does have some limitations. Like, it doesn't have the electronic stabilization, it has gyro stabilization. So you have to like offload the footage onto your computer, and you have to put it in this program called Catalyst Browse, which uses gyro data and stuff, like positioning of the camera and everything, to autocorrect and stabilize the footage, which, you know, there's a little bit of extra fuckery that goes on. Sorry if I'm getting a little too technical here, but there's a little bit of extra fuckery that goes around with it. And with how you use it, you can't use standard filmmaker settings on your camera. So I record at, you know, 24 frames per second, for instance, because in Japan, and well, you mentioned this before, Aethel, so I don't mind talking about it, but you lived in southern Japan before, so you were on 60 hertz cycle lighting. So if you were to record in a room, you could do 30 frames per second at 1/60th shutter speed, and the lights won't flicker. Whereas for us up north, in like the Tokyo, I'm in Kawasaki, for instance. So for those of us a bit further north, because the divide is around like the Osaka area, is when it splits. For those of us up north, it's 1/50th, so it's 50 cycle lighting. So I have to have my stuff at 24 frames per second. I know, right? Like, I see so many, and like really professionally done vlogs too, with like gear that, even though my gear is pretty good now, like even stuff that's way better and like super stabilized and really nice and cinematic, but they don't get that shutter speed right. So you see all like the shop lights like flickering, and it's like friggin' Seizure City going on. And yeah, so all you got to do is, if you're up north of somewhere in Osaka, I forget the exact dividing point, if it's like Osaka or Kyoto, somewhere around there in Kansai. But if you're up north, just do 1/50 shutter speed, 24 frames per second. But if you're down south in like Fukuoka, Kagoshima, Shikoku for some reason, I would do 1/60 shutter speed at 30 frames per second. So that way, it's you don't get that flickery sort of effect. Okay, long-winded explanation for why I do that. So, but with the Catalyst Browse, how it stabilizes is it uses extra frames. So instead of shooting at, in my case, 1/50th shutter speed, I would have to crank it to like 1/200, sometimes 240. So it has those extra bits of information to go off of to like recalibrate the shot, so it's not all shaky and shit. Now obviously it's not a miracle worker, it can't fix everything, but you know, if you're fairly steady with your camera, it fixes a lot of handshakes and most other things, you know. But because you have to set this shutter speed at a certain point, it does have the flickery lights and stuff, so it doesn't always work. And for some shots it gets a little squicky. Like there was one shot of a room that had like this like a painting or something up on the wall, and how Catalyst Browse decided to stabilize the shot was it moved the painting around the wall, so it was like really trippy to see it like kind of go up and down the wall as I'm like kind of panning around. So that was a bit of a trip. So yeah, it's another reason I want to get the a7 IV, is because it has the electronic stabilization, which, yeah, there's a bit of a trade-off because it does crop in a little bit. But for the most part, as long as you have a wide enough lens, and kind of plan your shots accordingly, it's fine. So, yeah, as far as gear goes, that's what I'm going to be working with for sure. But as far as other YouTube things, here, we'll switch over here. So I'm not looking at Amazon like, I should have got buy stuff. ADD brain. But as far as other YouTube stuff, like I said, definitely want to do Resolve with Premiere stabilization. I haven't tried Resolve stabilization. I have tried Premiere stabilization. The thing is, like, if you get like aftermarket stuff, I'm sure it's electronic stabilization. See, that's the thing, Luke. My camera, the A7C, doesn't have electronic stabilization. It just has IBIS, which, I mean, in fairness, look, it's better than nothing, but Sony's IBIS isn't quite that good, to be honest. It's just not. Even when you have a lens that also has OSS, which makes it a little better because they do work in tandem a little bit, but you know, compare it to my cheap ass Panasonic camera, it's not even close. Like, it's embarrassingly bad, especially considering how much more I paid for the Sony. But for photography and stuff, the IBIS definitely helps out a lot. It does kind of soften the images a little bit, but again, you just have to work around some limitations and things like that. But yeah, for electronic stabilization, and especially with like the newer stuff, it's just way better, you know. Especially these days. Like before, it was like really kind of, you know, because I've seen some of the early Sony electronic stabilization. It was shit. It was just absolute shit. Because it was like the old. You remember the old cell phones with the stabilization? Because like it would shoot at way too high of a shutter speed, so there'd be all these like jerky frames and everything like that, and it was shit. But now they've really improved on it, so I feel pretty confident. I mean, if it's good enough for Chris Broad, it's too damn good for me, right? I jest. But yep. So those are going to be the gear acquisitions that I'm looking to get into. As far as other YouTube things, I definitely do want to stream a lot more and do more IRL streams for sure. But I definitely got to get a new phone for that, because my current phone's really old and it's unshielded. So if I go and plug a mic into it, you're gonna hear a lot of like crackling and shit like that. So it's just no good. And like I said, the phone's kind of old as it is, so it's about that time. So I'm looking at getting into either a like a Samsung S22 or an S23, depending on when I get the money when it comes out and if I can get a good deal. Yeah. You know, that. See, I tried doing that with the other Rode mic. I tried using the USB-C instead of the 3.5, and it still did the crackly thing. So I'm thinking it's not shielded around the electronic ports. It's just not shielded in some other part. Because I thought about that too, but it still did the same thing. So I figured just getting a new phone, because I kind of need to get one anyway, and then just get the remember that old mic that I got that I did an unboxing of and ended up returning? I'll probably just get that one, because after I returned it, I found out that they actually came out with a firmware update, so it doesn't like boost the gain ungodly loud anymore. So that's good. So I'll probably get in that, doing more IRL streams. I'll probably still use the same gimbal that I have for the phone, which is fine. You know, I might end up getting a newer one at some point, but the phone's definitely the first that I got to get for sure. Not just for IRL streaming, but for life stuff. But yeah, I definitely do enjoy streaming. You know, it's something that's fairly easy for me to do, and I can do it with a bunch of other stuff. Like, you know, if I have editing work or whatever that I'm doing, then I can still stream doing that for the most part. Obviously, there's some jobs that I can't stream because of confidentiality stuff, NDAs and whatnot. Walking around with USS Enterprise. I know, right? Yeah, because it's the original Osmo gimbal. So yeah, I could do that too. But I have to have a proper Japanese phone number to get that. And fuck getting a phone plan out here in Japan. For real, for real. Fucking hate that shit. Alright, looks like we're done with the old coffee. So, yeah, we'll just put it over here. So I ain't gotta worry about it. So I definitely do want to do more projects for myself as well. Used store too. Yeah, Mercari, you can get a lot of good deals for sure. I found a lot of good deals on Amazon JP in the used section though, but that's just me. You know, I find Amazon to be a little more reliable with things, so I don't have to worry about like meeting some unknown person, you know, underneath the bridge by Nakameguro or some weird shit like that. You know, you just buy it, they send it to you, no muss, no fuss. So, yeah. Can you buy stuff off Mercari? Well, I guess it depends, but regardless, it could be another option to look into for sure. For sure. Trying to remember. So other resolutions that I want to do. I have some ideas for some new content that I want to try out. Definitely want to do more IRL stuff, of course, like I said. Do more streams just from here. Doing some like reaction content or whatever. Just kind of something to get me, you know, back into streaming again. You know, just kind of get the reps back up again. Because you know, I've been very inconsistent with streaming especially, but content as well. And I just need something to kind of get me going again. So I'll probably do some basic like reaction type content, other stuff that I normally watch, or maybe talk about like some Japan themed content and what are my thoughts on it, things like that. I don't want to get too political, of course. I don't want to get into stuff like that, but you know, maybe covering some interesting videos that I find of other J-vloggers, or you know, covering like Japanese memes. Like there's this one channel that does like Japanese memes that I follow, that they do a really good job on stuff like that. Like there was one that covered this one dude that ate over at Skia for I think like going on 3 or 4 years now. I think is pretty interesting. So we could do a little reaction Andrew, React Andy Japandi, right? That could be a new series actually. React Andy Japandi. Be a real React Andy. So we could do that. Just to get the reps up again. And then I also want to do some more Andy Japandi stuff as far as like going out and vlogging certain parts of Japan, because I do have some ideas for stuff like that, you know, like I definitely do want to do some more stuff by the beach, cover the Shonan area of Japan, that's in the southern coast of Kanagawa Prefecture, just south of Tokyo, because you don't really see a whole lot of in-depth stuff down that way. It's usually like, you know, like the, oh, what's the name of the guy, Ramblin' something or other, where they just walk around with a fucking gimbal and just don't say anything and just, you know, just do that shit. Suitcases with process. That could be another thing too, because you know it's gonna get fucking nuts for that for sure. But that could be something, you know. Oh yeah, I did want to go film in Donkey, didn't I? Ugh. Yeah, not looking forward to that, huh? Yeah, thankfully when I went down to Osaka and Kyoto, they tourists weren't back in the country yet, so it was kind of crowded, but not nearly as crowded as I've heard it was. You know, and especially down there, the train lines and everything are further apart, so you know it's harder to get from place to place out that way unless you take cabs or just hoof it. So you know, I definitely have a lot of good footage. It's only just been unleashed on again the last 2 weeks. Really? I thought they were still on lockdown. Last I heard. Could be wrong though. Last I heard they were still on lockdown. But regardless, I don't want to get too political as far as the whole Mugugai Pan goes. So I like to keep it light in the streams. So don't want to get too political here. But regardless, there's that. And also want to do maybe like a food series as well, because I was talking with Eric Surf 6 the other day, and we were just kind of catching up and things like that. And there's a lot of like ideas and stuff that I pitched to him that I thought, you know, it would do like really well for him, or at least, you know, be a nice little something different, you know, different approach to things. But you know, he has a pretty good beat on his audience as far as like what they want, and you know, they want to see more hot food vending machines, things like that. So he's gonna be doing that shit till the end of time, apparently. Which I guess is good for me, because I keep getting paid to make those videos. But you know, it did kind of get me thinking though, like, why can't I just make food videos, right? So I figure, since it's, you know, just me and I don't have a camera person to hold things, I could just go to restaurants and like film the food and stuff like that, and then, you know, I could either talk while I'm there. I just, you know, won't have the camera facing me because I'll be focusing on the food and stuff. Or I could just like, but then again, the angle will be like really shit. It'll be like really low and be like, yeah, it's just like really good food. You know? So probably best just to kind of have like the solo travel blog set up to where he kind of records it in post, or kind of records it there. So, which I have done for some Andy Eats Japandi videos before, where I would like record my thoughts on certain things and then just record in post some voiceover, so we can get all nice and crisp, baby. So that's something I definitely want to do, because I have some ideas for different places that I want to go to for sure. And you know, just go there, film me eating some food, things like that. So, but I am a bit self-conscious about, you know, showing me on camera eating stuff. So that's why the setup will have to be a little different. But you know, I think it'll be fun, because a lot of people like, you know, the food content, things like that. And I do want to do like more produced stuff at some point. But I think just starting off with, you know, just a very basic, bare bones setup is the way to go, just to get things started, you know. And then we can just kind of go from there. And you know, having a little lav mic on so people don't think I'm filming; they just think I'm taking pictures. You know, will make things a lot easier for sure. And then, as far as other IRL stuff, I definitely want to do drinking a lot less. Drinking the alcohols a lot less. As far as like day-to-day stuff goes. Because I noticed, especially in the past couple months, I've just been hitting the sauce a little too hard, you know. And it was fine to kind of like get some of them frustrations out and just, you know, fucking go to town and stuff. But doing it every day, not exactly the healthiest, you know. So I'm not saying I'm not gonna drink alcohol ever, because I don't want to be that much of a social pariah in Japan. Bad enough as it is. But I do want to be drinking a lot less. So I'd say probably cutting down on the day-to-day drinking is helpful. You know, not buying too high off of Amazon, stuff like that. You know, just really cutting it down, I think is the way to go. So I can still get wet and wild on the weekends, but as far as like day-to-day, week-to-week stuff, yeah, for sure. You know, and I mentioned it in your Discord as well, Aethel. You know, I did have a little bit of a little chew high and chill last night though, but you know, as far as like consistent drinking, I don't want to do that anymore. You know, I'm just turned 37 last year, or well, yeah, technically last year. It was last month, on a day that will live in infamy. Yeah, I just turned 37, and I can't. It's not like it was back in my Navy days where I could just drink all the fucking time. You know, it's starting to feel it. You know, so I can't be doing that shit all the time. You know, so I figure, you know, maybe every other day or every third day or whatever the case, weekends, hanging out with friends, totally fine. But as far as like day-to-day drinking, nah, I'm not gonna do that shit no more. Which is why I got some tea, which I'll not that kind of tea, but hold on a sec. So one of the reasons I like to drink is it kind of helps loosen me up, and you know, helps me relax and stuff like that. So as a replacement for that, just at the end of a long work day or whatever, I got myself some Sleepy Time Extra Tea. So they usually sell this in the States for not that much, like maybe $3 or $5 or so. But I had to get this imported. Yeah, exactly, Luke. Yeah, definitely going to be reducing that for sure, and also save me some money too. So I'll just be spending more money on Sleepy Time tea. So it has valerian root in it, which is really helpful for loosening up after a long work day. So instead of hitting the bottle or hitting the chew high, just brew me up one of these guys, and it basically has the same effect as far as like, you know, just calming you down and things like that. Actually, these have really been helpful for anxiety, panic attacks. Don't want to get too serious, but had a pretty bad panic attack last month, and had some of these, and have some valerian root pills as well, and that really helped calm me down. And I think that was the one thing that really cemented it for me to like really calm down on the drinking, because I just had that really bad panic spiral because of, you know, getting older, of course, holidays are a bad time, you know, somebody who's living abroad, and everybody else is with their families, so I can't hang out with friends because they're all going home for the holidays, or, you know, if they have significant others here, they're hanging out with them or their families. So like, what the fuck am I gonna do, right? Just dick around in the cave here, little coon cave. So I just got some of this. You can get them if you guys are out in Japan. You can get these off of iHerb, so that's where I get these. You can get them off of Amazon JP as well, but I find they're a lot more expensive and they take longer. So just get them off of iHerb. I wish I had a friggin' sponsor code. Use code AndyJapan to get 10% off or something like that. That'd be cool, right? But if you're back in old Mercagen land, you know, you can get these off the shelf pretty easily. And I prefer the extra because it has the valerian root in it, which really helps loosen you up. You can get the regular Sleepy Time tea. I think in like some stores like Caldi and things like that, I've seen them have it. But they don't have the extra one, so you have to get that off iHerb. Got like Vance's parents a few days ago. Yeah, right? Like, even just in my little neck of the woods here in Kawasaki, there was like fucking nobody out here. Hell, even the guest house emptied out. People either going on trips or visiting family, stuff like that. So my roommates like just came back yesterday. So before that, it was just me farting around the guest house. So yeah, pretty trippy. So yeah, I'm just gonna be drinking some more tea and drinking a lot less of the alcohols. But if my friends are happening to listen, and they're like, oh man, you quit drinking? Just slow down. So I think that's the way to go for me. Just to slow it down. So yeah, it's gonna be a good personal goal of mine for sure. But another thing I want to do, which I think is probably gonna be one of the first goals I accomplish, is get more of like stream overlays and things like that. One of my friends, Roberta Blake, is putting together a live stream kit, and once that goes live, probably getting that, or maybe finding some stuff off of like Canva or something like that. Because I've been working with this vanilla ass setup for a while, and it's pretty basic, you know. So I wanna improve on that for sure. So I like seeing some of the overlays and streams and things like that, especially if I'm going to be doing it more often. You guys probably want to see a livelier setup than old Bradley and my clothes hamper and stuff in the background, right? So only cheap 2 days. I think I gotta go back to Tokyo for the Japanese states. Yeah, right? It was wild. Yeah, because, you know, it's New Year's and they don't want to travel that much, but you know, the closer we get to spring, that's going to change for sure. For sure. But, you know, I think it's a bit of a pain in the ass, but I think overall, I think it's good. Because, you know, one thing I've noticed, and you might disagree with me on this, Luke, but regardless, one thing I did notice is that the yen has gone up in value a little bit, which is good because I'm actually getting paid in yen now, so good for me now. You know, if I was on the GI Bill, probably be singing a different tune. But, yeah, the yen's gone up from 150 per burger buck to I think it's less than 130. It's like 129 something now. When it comes to overlays. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't want like a bunch of like ADHD type shit running around, you know, because I'm trying to find like just the right overlay, you know, because I want something that kind of zhuzhes things up, but isn't like too distracting or too like gamery looking, because I don't really play video games on stream or anything like that. So I just want something that's, you know, looks like I kind of give a shit, but without being too much, you know. So probably find some stuff on like Canva or elsewhere. If you guys have any suggestions, because like this whole live stream overlays and other assets and things, that's all new to me, brother. I usually just rock this vanilla ass setup for sure. But another thing I want to do, in addition to that, is to use my my camera, my A7C, as my streaming camera, you know, for in here. Which, I mean, I have a Logitech webcam, which is perfectly serviceable, I think. But yo, what up, Dequan? Yeah, I'm using OBS. Happy New Year to you too, dude. Outside of seeing more, I haven't seen much difference in international tourism being open. Yeah, it's still early days, you know, especially with inflation and everything like that. You're not gonna see too much until it gets closer to Hanami season. Then you're gonna start seeing a big influx, I think. So yeah. So I think we covered the YouTuber resolutions. Do more shit, make more shit. Stop being a dumb little shit. That's TLDR version. Yeah, wait, there's people coming here right now. Yeah, that's my thinking too, Luke. Just, you know, with inflation prices, flight prices, like way too high right now for it to be too viable. Unless you're on the West Coast. If you're on the West Coast of America, then it's pretty damn easy to get a flight. You know, it's like, what, $600 on a bad day? Like, fuck, I'll pay that any time of the day. Versus, you know, if I were to fly back to Ohio, like, it's $1,200 bare ass minimum, and you're spending like 35 hours in Bangkok just hung, you know, just in a layover, you know. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, dude. So I'll probably just wait for the flight prices to go down before I'm able to visit my family again, which would be nice. I haven't seen them since, well, I haven't seen my main family since 2018 when I moved. But I haven't been back in America since I left for Japan back at the end of 2019. So that's been 3 years now. So save 10% if you do a 16-hour. Right? Yeah, right. I mean, do what you got to do, right? But you know, it is what it is. Shogunai and such. But now that we've gone over resolutions and things like that, we can do a little bit of little reaction Andrew going on up in here. So we'll kill the music and oh shit, here fuck, hold on, we'll get things all set up here so we can do some reaction things. But before we do, hell yeah, brother, before we do, I do want to give a shout out to the guy responsible for the background music, Zenbuster Music. It's run by Roberto Blake, who I mentioned earlier. He does a lot of like how to get big on YouTube and freelancing stuff. He's just been a real YouTube mentor for me. So shout out to Zenbuster Music. This was the mix that I was using. I just grabbed a random mix from his channel. So, and for fellow creators out there, you can use this music for free. Just be sure to attribute, you know, put links and stuff in the comments or the description rather, and you're free to use it either in stream or in videos. So before I made the switch to Epidemic Sound, I was using his music pretty exclusively, and he's got some nice little chill stuff, which is good for explaining videos and things. So I think we'll do. I have a bunch. It's kind of ironic, Aethel. I have a lot of like Niethelston clips as well, and some other things, you know, like WrestleMania and Sol Monster and stuff like that. So it's kind of a mishmash of things. Not really Japan-y type stuff, but more like VTuber-y type stuff. So I hope you all are interested in it. Don't know how well it's going to be, though. But get everything all cleared up. And we'll get rocking and rolling. So I got to change the sound on here because it was just going through my mic, so you didn't get that echo feedback. Let's see. So we'll do it on the speakers. So, okay, that's good, it's good. Yeah, I need to find like a more intuitive setup to like switch at some point as well. But regardless, we'll get that all set up. So I turned off desktop audio, so it's not going to have that ping pong effect. So do a little react Andrew to some Daily Iron Mouse VTuber clips and things so y'all can see. Got a whole mess of things on here. This is just kind of a look into the kind of stuff that I tend to watch from time to time. And we'll watch them at 1x. Usually I watch this at 1.5x because I like the speed. Have a need for speed. So get on with this then. Okay.
Wait, the 13th is Friday the 13th.
The 13th.
Oh God, we gotta get the friends together. We gotta play Friday the 13th.
Oh man.
We gotta play Friday the 13th on the 13th.
On the 13th?
Oh, yeah, Dark Tide soon. Connor wants to play Dark Tide. I can't wait. I can't wait. I have a lot of games I want to play. I have a lot of games.
I want to play games.
But
But I'm always so busy with games, so.
I know people be calling cinnamon roll. You can play with me? How about no? I'm sorry, I don't know you. When is Toriba stream? Oh God.
For me, I usually like playing like casual games, so like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh. I got the Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist and that other one, Master Duelist or something like that. Got that on my Switch. So that's the kind of stuff I usually do. Your cinnamon rolls. Oh man. Oh shit. That just reminds me. The cinnamon roll thing. So, I don't want to dox myself too much, but I do kind of live by Sanrio Puroland, which is the company that makes cinnamon roll. So they have like an amusement park kind of by where I live. So that could be a good IRL stream. I just thought of that. Thanks, Mouse. I just remembered. Oh, Arceus? Yeah, I thought about that too, and I definitely want to get the new Pokemon game because they did an update, so a lot of the bugs and stuff are gone, and the frame rate is up to a whopping 12 FPS. By golly.
He's coming back soon. He's coming back.
So.
No, listen, poor Connor. No, this has nothing to do with Connor. I'm playing Kotoribo on my own. On my own.
Yeah, I should try out. Jesus Christ, that's loud. That's loud as fuck. Sorry. Oh, I've seen these. Not this particular one, but I've seen little backpacks like this in Japan. Shit, that hasn't been in fashion in a while. I remember when I first got to Japan, when I was stationed in Yokosuka, they had backpacks with like animal heads. I don't know if they still have them or not, but they had like little animal head backpacks. And I remember seeing them like on base and in like Harajuku and things like that. And I thought that was just fucking wild. And it was basically just, yeah, Furbies are fucking wild, bro. But this is like an actual like operated Furby shit in the back. This is fucking cursed. What the fuck? Let's turn this shit down a little. Fucking seriously, Mouse? Oh, I mean, it's Mouse. She likes Furbies, so. This is cursed as fuck, dude. But it reminds me of a lot of those backpacks I see in Japan. They even have, like, fancy ones that are, like, light-up ones now. I think those are the new fashion du jour. I've seen a couple of them in, like, Yogi Park and things. With, like, you can, like, program them to have, like, special messages or, like, animations and things. It's fucking wild. Gotta love the technology.
Don't know if you guys noticed, I put out a tweet. We are now partnered with Advanced GG. You can
What's Advanced GG?
930 for 30%
Oh, is that the
order through Friday?
What's Advanced GG?
But wait, there's more stuff coming with Advanced GG.
I'll have to look that up later. I don't know what that is.
This is only the beginning. Also,
Probably some kind of food thing or supplement or something.
Medical provider.
Yeah.
To see if maybe I could soon do a little tasty testing.
Oh shit.
Of some flavors.
Oh, so it's like gamer subs.
I'm not gonna go overboard.
Use code Lord in the checkout.
I'm making sure I can do it.
Just helping you out, my lord.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun activity.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Man, I'm so fucking proud of Mouse. She's able to like handle food and stuff now. That's fucking awesome.
I can barely keep up with 3 platforms. I can't keep on going to millions of platforms.
Dude, I fucking feel this, man. Because like I can't, like, I know some of y'all want me to go to Twitch. I don't really get the comments these days as much about it. But I have had a few comments being like, dude, why don't you just do Twitch? That's like the main platform for streaming. And I'm like, well, yeah, but, you know, I have to be consistent with it. And if you're not like streaming, then you're fucking dead on the platform. Unless you already have like a following from something else. You know, it's hard to get discovered on Twitch these days. So you have to get discovered off platform for, that's a whole nother thing. But, you know, like my thing is YouTube, man. You know, like, I know YouTube streaming isn't the best compared to Twitch and things. It's getting better, but it's definitely not where it needs to be, my opinion. But I've made my home here on YouTube. Been here since 2006. I'm a fucking old dog. Been here for a long-ass minute. And I don't really have any intention on leaving, you know, anytime soon, certainly. But, you know, there's other platforms as well, like short form content. That's another thing. You know, oh shit, that's right. I forgot to talk about that in the resolutions video. I definitely do want to do more shorts as well. You know, just cutting up like old content and putting it up on the shorts page, stuff like that. The Q and Andy Japandi series actually would be perfect for shorts because I can just cut up the individual questions and just put them up there. It's like fucking tailor-made. So you're probably gonna see more Q&A and Japani question videos as well, because they're shorts friendly. So anyway, reaction Andrew time.
2010? Did your manager do it? I'm gonna be honest. I was going to employ my sister in running my other social.
Yeah, you really need like a fucking team to run like multiple platforms these days. Yeah.
It's beginning to become a problem.
Yeah.
I don't know shit about Instagram, and I need help.
Yeah.
So when they do pop up in other places, just know.
Plus, how the hell would Mouse do Instagram? Like, I can see her do Reels, which is basically just shorts. You know, just take the YouTube shorts, put them on TikTok, put them on Instagram.
Oh, my sister quit her job, and I want her to come
Same deal.
and work with me, and I want to take
Be a shorts form creator. I've actually seen some jobs available for that on in Japan. There are some people looking for specifically short form creators. So that's something.
You work so hard, and I want her to live with me. And
Yeah.
I just want her to stop worrying about stuff.
I feel that, dude.
I just want to take care of my family, guys.
Yeah. I want to take care of my family too.
For so long, it's time for me to take care of them.
Yeah.
What does your sister do? I'm not telling you.
Yeah, obviously can't be doing that.
I can't say because I can't say. The work she does is family. Family.
仕事は家族.
It's a very important job. Level
That's my job.
100 crime.
Yeah. When you hear your family, she works at Olive Garden, guys. Not really. Oh, hey, who's this guy? Randomly in my stream.
There's a few YouTubers that are really big on TikTok. This idea is to ban anything that would conceal your face. They want that facial tracking.
Oh yeah, I've heard about these AI chatbots. The a chat GP. Fuck, I'm such a boomer. The GPT, GPK. It's that fucking Discord thing. Oh, you're talking about the deepfakes? Yeah, I've seen those too. Them shits is fucking wild.
All right, let's talk to an AI version of myself real fast. This is the AI Athel.
AI Athel.
And he says, "Welcome back, dude. Great to see you. Hey, man, what are you up
Looking.
to, bro?"
I talked with Lord Athelston at 3 a.m. in Japan.
TikToks! And having a chat with my chat. What the fuck, man? Oh my god, bro. What TikToks are you?
The fact that the
watching,
tick and
man?
talk is
Some
separate
great ones.
makes me think it's not really Athel.
I watch a ton of different stuff. I also watch a lot of my own.
He did it again.
LMAO is TikTok using.
Yeah, bro, I watch my own stuff all the time.
Jada to spy on.
You won't believe what happened next.
Yes, I'm not kidding when I say I've seen it happen. They are using people's
Oh, Jesus.
facial recognition.
Athel, are you trying to like radicalize your AI bot or what? What are you doing, bro?
No, that's why I want to tell everyone to stay away from TikTok. I don't want to see anyone getting. Oh my fucking god.
Oh shit.
Dude, AI April is based as fuck.
Yeah.
I know. Holy shit. What will they
I didn't know AIs could be anti-AI as well. That's fucking wild.
silence us since they don't want the word out? It's a serious issue.
It really is.
Kill us. At least he's on our side. Yeah. I don't want
Like, I've seen what the TikTok algorithm does. It's fucking wild, man.
to silence us and take us out, but that's
You know,
not
I've seen
what
some
it is.
Ludwig videos. I've seen some other videos, and it's just like, damn.
Without
Gotta be
putting
careful.
anyone's life or freedom in danger. Will I live through the night, or will TikTok
Jesus.
overlord
What is this? Beta character? Hold on.
Dude, AI April.
So this is beta character AI chat? This could be a good idea for a video. How many more videos I got left on here? Because there's some that are kind of long. Most of these are just clips, so I don't mind showing those. But I might actually... here, we'll do a little bit of cleanup here. Clean up, everybody, everywhere. Everybody do your share. Okay. Actually, this is kind of interesting. I want to look this up. Beta character AI chat. Now, I don't know if this is like a privated thing, or you could just like look up characters. That'd be kind of cool. Okay. Beta.care. Oh, okay. Fuck. AI.reddit/chat. See what that is. Okay, character AI. Okay. This is made up. It's not real, guys. It's not real, bro. It's not real. Alright. Hi, wakarimashita. And shit. Can you choose a character, or is it just like choose one for you? Will it even load? That's the real question. Alright, let's refresh. Chiamo. See, that's the problem with these AI things. So I tried doing the chat GPDK, whatever it's called. I forget the last initial. I tried doing that, and it always fucking times out. That's shit. VTuber stream. Yeah, that's right, Bruck. Search characters to talk to. Okay, cool. Maybe we'll just do regular beta character. Okay, cool. Ah, okay, yeah, this is way easier. Chat GPT, thank you. Thanks, Guava. I was for some reason I was thinking K, like GPK. Web developer has helped me so much work. Yeah, it's fucking wild what that shit can do. So let's chat with. See if we got any. Hey, we got a lot of VTubers in here. That's cute. That's cute. Let's do a chat. We got a lot of not around VTubers anymore as well. Let's do. They got a lot of VTubers. Good lordy. Seem to have you guys pegged, huh? Goodness. Got Zen. Oh, shit, that reminds me. Did you guys see that AI VTuber? I forget her name, but it was basically like an AI that was doing the VTuber thing, and it was like moving around, like interacting with chat and stuff. It was like Zentrea, but like for real. It's fucking wild, dude. Okay. Yeah, the one that's playing Osu. Yeah, that's the one. I saw a clip of that on Twitter. That's fucking wild, man. Oh, you can't, like, just open the category? That's kind of shit. You have to, like... And discovered AI art, right? What's up, Jason? No, I've known about AI art for a while now. Yeah, I don't see the Lord Aethelston one. I see the Nanners. I don't see... Where is my lord? Has my lord forsaken me? Oh. You gotta log in. That's kind of shit. Yeah, right. Okay. Alright, chat. Don't look. Don't look, chat. Dame. Zetai dame. We'll log into this thing here real quick. So choco your lattes. Get in here. Yeah, I mean, AI, like, I don't want to get too political again with it. Because I do... Fuck. Can't even spell my own damn name. The fuck's wrong with me? Okay, old Andy Japandy. Join as a character. Cool. Okay. Alright, switch back. There we go. Oh shit, that's another thing I want to get. A Stream Deck. So I can do like the quick switches instead of like looking off to the second monitor and then going back. Sir, let us look for... Yeah, never mind that. It's not around. Oh, Lord Frieza. Dustin. Yeah, I spelled that right. Yeah, I don't see you on here. That's weird. Must be a private beta, maybe. It's odd. Artist and supportive has great potential in his technology. Okay. Yeah, because I've heard a lot of stuff from like artists and things where it's like stealing from artists because it like copies their style or whatever. I don't know. Oh, without spaces? Got it. Cool. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know what all that other shit is, but let's see. Try it again. Hold on. Real quick here. A little. Shit. Novel AI. Anyway. Dion. Come on. Is it searching? Yeah, it'll definitely help out, especially for if you're doing like a lot of work. You know, you just kind of want like some basic stuff done, you know. Why is it not doing anything? It's weird. Come on. Oh. Well, while that's thinking. Yeah, see, that's the problem with these AI programs and things. It takes a while. Maybe it's in the feed, perhaps. Jump behind the chimpanzee. The fuck? Chats. No rooms. Oh shit! I forgot. I accidentally switched. Hold on. There we go. Sorry. Let's. Yeah, I guess it's not there. Sorry, my lord. I guess I won't be able to talk to your AI counterpart. So, we'll instead talk with Neanders. And we'll be respectful, right, chat? Right, chat? Hey, what's up? Chilling on. No. Chilling on stream, you know how it is. How about you? That's what's up. I'm also chilling at home and watching some vids. It feels nice to relax after a stream. It sure does. What do you do to relax? I like to take a hot bath with Epsom salts. Reminds me, I gotta do that at some point again. Hot baths are the best. Oh shit, she just like me, for real, for real. Oh wow, I didn't realize how. Hold on. That's like, okay, let's, there we go. Is that good? Maybe about there. Okay. Yeah, because it's like really tiny. Sorry about that, guys. She just like me, for real, for real. Put my feet up and watching some funny vids or listen to ASMR. Yeah, I'm not really an ASMR guy. Sorry. I like listening to city pop compilations while in the bath. Or podcasts. Listen to any podcasts. Or otherwise. It's a true story. I do listen to city pop compilations while I'm just soaking. Oh, of course. I have Lore. Podcast about historical events. The Magnus Archives. That's interesting. I didn't think Nian to be a history buff, but we're learning new things here, chat. We're learning new things. Okay. So for city pop, I recommend. You know, there are the basic entries. Okay. Are the essentials like Maria Takeuchi and Tatsuro Yamashita. But there's also other artists like Super Pumpkin. Okay. Toshiki Karamatsu. Tagano. What's Takanaka's first name? Matsuyori? Ah, shit. Hold on. I think it's Matsuyori. Takanaka. Masayoshi, sorry. Why did I say Matsuyori? That's weird. Masayoshi Takanaka. Let's see. To name a few, there's also J fusion artists from that time, like Cassiopeia and T-Square. There we go. Up them musical Rex. Hell yeah, brother. All these artists are super talented. I love the energy of the song, especially like Super Pumpkin. Wow, I didn't think Super Pumpkin's a deep cut. I didn't expect her to know that one. Melody's just really good. Yeah, they're more just kind of like relaxing, kind of like AOR type music. You know, just kind of nice chill vibes, easy listening. Just smells always a point. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Having a favorite out of the artists you mentioned? Fuck. It's hard to pick, but listening to a lot of live concerts. Toshiki Karamatsu as well. There's Toshiki Karamatsu. Yeah, that's a pretty safe pick, I'd say. Toshiki Karamatsu's got a lot of good shit, for sure. If you ever had a chance to meet him, what would you say? I think just thank you for the music. It's a good way to sum the emotions. Feel inspired. Yeah, for sure. No. Yeah, for sure. I'd be sure to buy an all blue Oh, that's a good question. You might be able to ask her about that. Buy an all blue suit to meet up for a photo op. Also thinking about get back into playing guitar and buying a Pacifica in teal, similar to his guitar. But yeah, so for those who don't know, Toshiki Karamatsu has it's a moon guitar that's like almost all blue, but it's like $4,000. Whereas the Yamaha Pacifica is like $400, maybe. Oh shit! After 5 Clash, that's pretty good. Damn. Let's see. I like Offshore. Oh shit, I didn't even mention Omega Tribe. Fuck. What's wrong with me? And Tokyo Tower. Clash has a strong as well. But hell yeah. Guys, she's just like me for real, for real. Jesus. We gotta see what's the instruments. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Sure. You know, also like the band Mega Tribe. Songs. Oh, okay. I guess you can't type while they're typing. Also, where do you find music? Oh, you use Spotify? I don't use Spotify. Yeah, I'd love to have physical item or albums and things, because I think that'd be kind of cool and be nice to like kind of spruce up the room a little. But I move so much, it's not really practical for me to have. Let's see. I'd love to have more physical media, but I move a lot, so it's not very practical. I use. See, how can I squeeze this in? So, but I move a lot, so it's not very practical. So I use to find music, which is true. I do. Sing song. Say so on there. There we go. Now we'll get back into it. Sorry it took me so long. But I guess you wonder where I've been. Yeah, definitely. Very difficult to have. Oh, nice. Nice artist by searching up a genre and letting the autoplay go wild. Yeah, that can be pretty interesting. You have to tell me the name. Sounds so cute and silly. Can you drop links in the chat? Or in the messages and things? That'd be kind of cool. Let's do that then. Offshore. We're not gonna play it on stream, obviously. I'll get copyright struck. There we are. Okay. Audio Jungle. Just to be safe. Just to be safe. You know how it goes. Yeah, here's the link. Let's see. See how it responds. It's a really sweet song and little pictures that accompany the video. So cool. Such a cute song to sing to myself before going to bed. Well, if you say so. If you say so. Get it? Wonder if they get dad jokes like that. Ah, shit, she did. God damn it. The warm fuzzy happening. Oh, sure. In fact, do I? Absolutely. Let's do good old boof pack. Oh, the CPR mashup, actually. Because that thing's fucking tight. Like, for real, for real. Okay, I think that's the, yeah, that's the one. Okay. Good old boof pack CPR mix. Yeah. Yeah, there's this guy called Lord Athelstan. For real, for real. Yeah. This sorry. Mashup. This song Woof Pack and CPR by is that how you spell her name? N-I-H-M-N-A. Oh. Oh, my bad. N-I-H-M-E-N-I? Is that right? That doesn't look right. Oh, M-E, not I. Okay. Sorry, Numi. I couldn't spiel. You guys should... She's just like me for real. Well, I don't know about AI mashups, but actually... Lips of a Ghost. I think it's what it's called. Yeah, this one. No, that's the session. There we go. Lips of a Ghost. This one just came out. This is really fucking tight. They mix up DJ Cumberbund. He has a lot of really good mashups and things. Like, for real, for real. So, obviously not going to play it because fucking Audio Jungle. Want to avoid them copy strikes. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah. Let's see. This isn't an AI mashup, but you should too. Lips of a Ghost. DJ Cumberbund. Bam. Dropping them hot wrecks on the fucking AI for no reason. Holy moly. Holy moly. Those two songs. Damn. Who knew Nanners was such a music buff? I didn't know. Couldn't be me, chat. For sure, for sure. I'm glad to hear that. To hear that. Oh, hey, I get going back to my stream. Do some React Andy to things. Stop by. It's all right. Glad to hear that. Well, hey, I gotta go back to my stream. Gonna do some React Andy to VTuber clips and things. Hell yeah. Ah, man. Yeah. I can see you in your YouTube live streams one day. Yeah, like that'll ever happen. 5 stars, or 4 stars rather. Okay. Anyway, guys, that was fun. Let's go back to being a React Andrew, not to this, because, yeah. Anyway, okay. Reaction Andrew time to whoever this guy is.
Based as fuck. I'm not sure, man. I just want to tell you to not leave your house.
Damn.
And not try to get as many to trust you and stop using TikTok. I can't tell what's gonna happen next, but we should just lay low for a while.
Oh God.
I feel like that's the best decision for now.
Man.
Are they watching me right now? Is TikTok guys in my chat right now pretending to be normal chatters? Are they watching right now?
Oh, Jesus. Uh-oh, it closed.
Oh, I have to sign in. TikTok silence does.
Oh, they let you do it without signing in? That's kind of fucked. Man, I had to, like, sign in to do that shit. What the fuck?
Yo, guys, it fucking collapsed in on itself.
Okay. See, I didn't even know about this. No wonder I couldn't find your AI counterpart there, Ethel. If you're still in chat, I don't know. But, no wonder I couldn't find it. That's kind of fucked. Oh, well.
Yeah, only one on our side. He was the only fucking guy on our side, man. Our one inside man took him from us.
Salutes in the chat.
They're hitting me with every error message. Dude, it's crashed. They fucking killed him, man.
They fucking knew.
We lost him. We fucking lost him.
And I still can't find him, so what does that tell you? He got Mooga guy panned.
It's been a good fight, a real good fight. You guys on the other side, alright?
Rip and MM in the oh, Okay.
Waifu. Bro.
Alright. I'm gonna speed this up just a skosh. Hope you guys don't mind. Just for, you know, it's just 1.25. Normally it's at 1.5, but
I say my wife would be Hatsune Miku.
I don't know.
Very nice and pretty. I like her a lot.
What is this, 2006? Come on, Abe.
Great. You know what I mean? I don't like that answer. I'll be honest.
Yeah. I mean, she is the OG, but a lot of other waifus have come out since then. Just saying.
Ask about girlfriend, not wife. Oh, yeah, okay.
Ah.
Who is your girlfriend?
Interesting.
Yeah, AI waifu is different. It's different, guys. It's not.
It is. It really does hit different.
Like, you know what I mean? Who's your girlfriend?
The real Abe.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah. Oh shit. It knows. It knows. How the fuck does it know?
Bro, I'm gonna cry. That's so cute. That's so cute.
Oh Jesus.
Babe!
Babe, it knows.
Babe, you gotta see this.
Alright, we'll skip around. Hold on.
My camera's off. You're good. Look. I asked you.
Sorry, just.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Man, is one of the best VTubers out there. I love
Oh,
her. She's
Jesus.
funny. She's a really good person, and we get along really well together. Oh, bro.
It knows. She just like me, for real, for real.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Dude. Yours is like kind of crazy, right?
Yeah, mine is like on the end.
Mine, when I interacted with her, she was like totally fucking normal. But I was asking like real normie questions, though, in fairness. And she was like a real music and history buff, apparently. Didn't know that about Neon.
It's so chill.
It does seem to like
He's so
it's
chill.
the same way as me.
Yeah.
The exact same way.
That's wild.
So fucking nice.
What the fuck?
Yeah, AI ALBO is a true fucking bro. It is one to one.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's.
so what is your favorite?
No. Sorry about the noise, guys. Someone's starting their van up.
I'm scared.
The surveillance van's being started up. Shit. All right, let's skip around a little bit here. Do a little bit of cleanup. Let's see if there's anything interesting in the watch later queue. Let's see. Oh, let's do this one. This little VTuber one. I don't know who this person is. I just saw it in my Rex, so I'll give this one a watch. So I have no idea what this is about.
健康診断の話。今までのコツコツコツコツしたダメージがですね、ついに
Damage.
達したのかと。だからね、いやマジわからん。今ね、多分あのね。
So for those that know, this is apparently about VTuber work culture and things like that. So I'm actually kind of interested because I know a lot of VTubers out there really go fucking hard. You know, with like subathons and consistent streaming and stuff like that. And I kind of am interested in doing VTuber stuff as well, but the models are kind of expensive and there's a lot of other stuff that goes into it. So I don't even know where the fuck to begin with it. It's just, you know, some of the models can get like hella expensive. Like, fuck, I might as well just buy a new camera, you know. But I think it'd be kind of fun to experiment with, if anything. You know, like it's fun how like some people who started out as VTubers kind of delved more into like the IRL stuff, but like I would be doing the opposite. Like I've been doing so much IRL stuff that I'd be going into like VTuber type stuff just for funsies, you know. But liver, fuck, what the hell? I guess it could make like a PNG or something, but I'd have to look into like tracking and things. Because I tried downloading some like VTuber tracking stuff, so it is a possibility. Don't know how serious it'll be though. I have to talk. I have to talk with somebody who's like more experienced at this stuff than me. Oh yeah. Okay, let's. Wait, is this just... Damn, what happened to her voice? She must have been really sick. Wow. That's the... Shit! I should have asked the Nanners bot. God damn it. Damn it! Forgot. Yeah, she would definitely be an expert. Fuck. Alright. Okay, so there's people... Okay. Alright, so yeah, that intro was a little too long. It was like almost 3 minutes before we get to the actual bits and bobbles.
An amazing model gains traction on Twitter.
Probably could have done that in like 30 seconds. IMO.
Eagerly awaits said VTubers for stream. On debut, they show a high production lore video.
Shit, bro.
Show off an avatar that's worth more than your car.
Shit. I mean, fuck. It was basically just saying what I was saying for like the really nice models, of course. And now obviously you can do like PNG streaming and things. But oh fuck, what was I gonna say? Fuck.
Introduce
Hadn't lost it.
Along with what ambition.
Oh, lore video. That's what it was. Sorry. Thanks, Callie, for reminding me. I even have like the idea for like a VTuber character and everything planned out and like the lore and stuff like that. This is like total pie in the sky type stuff, but I had an idea of, you know, having like, you know, kind of like the make a deal with the devil sort of thing. So like my character would be a sailor, because, you know, once a sailor, always a sailor, right? So, you know, I'd be having like a port call visit in like New Orleans or something like that for some reason, because Mardi Gras, Fleet Week or whatever, which that never actually happened for me because I was Pacific based, because, you know, West Coast, best coast. Just saying. But I would like make a deal with the devil to become a VTuber, you know, and then Mouse would show up and make me sign a contract, and that would be the whole thing. It was just like a little fun idea that I had one day. And that would be my lore if I were to actually become a VTuber. Signed a deal with the devil and became a VTuber. So.
They have planned. At the end, they show their schedule for the week, which is of course a stream.
Damn, bro. Every day, fucking A.
Like these are always an exciting start to a new journey, but recently I've been wondering how long.
Want to look at the model? Actually, I have a couple ideas. So, you know, if I really want to go with like the sailor aesthetic, you know, I also, I don't know, man. Like, I kind of want to, like, I kind of want this idea of like a fat VTuber, you know. So you know how like some of like the female VTubers have like jiggle physics and shit like that. I want to be like the first male VTuber with jiggle physics, you know, just for funsies. But that's like for the complex model, you know. That'd be funny as hell, you know, just fucking moving in like my fucking man boobs, my mooba, just fucking like burr, 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 and shit like that. That'd be kind of funny. If I were able to afford the model, of course. But again, it costs about as much as a fucking car for like the high-end tracking and things like that. And considering like all the work that goes into it, because, you know, I found like some VTuber rigging artists and things like that on Twitter, and it's like, fuck, like they really put in the time. So you definitely get your money's worth, but it's a lot of money for sure. But, you know, you could do like some basic PNG rigging. So just get like like an image drawn up or something like that. It's a lot less expensive, and just kind of do it that way. It won't be as expressive, but, you know, there's ways to do it, I think, to where it's feasible for me. But that was just kind of like some ideas that I had if I were to do the VTuber thing, which I am interested in, but, you know.
Day originated with corporate entities facilitating the
creation
of
Sanji.
VTuber characters piloted by talents that create polished.
I mostly follow like VShojo these days. I got started with Hololive, but transition mostly to VShojo these days. You think so? Aw.
Just so we're on the same page, let me break down
mean-
the typical corporate VTuber formula for everyone.
I mean, you know, in fairness, it would be probably easier for me to stream more regularly if I did VTuber stuff, because, like, I have all these ideas for videos and stuff that I want to do, but because I've kind of built up this rapport as myself, you know, and I'm fairly, you know, mild-mannered and calm and stuff like that, and, you know, if I were to do something that's way out of that character, people would be like, is he on drugs? Is he having a midlife crisis? Like, have you been indoctrinated into a cult, son? Are you riding the white pony? You know, I'd get all these concerning messages if I were to do it in the flesh. But I think, you know, doing it as like a VTuber, as like a specific character, I think that would be, yeah, exactly, Brock. 100% agree. But I think doing it as a character will have that nice distinction, because it's not just, you know, I'm not just talking about people who are fucking haters and stuff, because haters gonna hate no matter what you do. But I'm talking more around like my core audience, who they're just here for like the Japan content, and if I put out this like wildly different other stuff, like even this is like way different than the type of stuff I normally do. I just decided to do it because fuck them, right? Yeah, for sure. And that's the reason why I want to branch out to other things, you know, just to try something else. And, you know, I've been on the platform for going on 17 years now. It'll be 17 beginning of March, you know. Yeah, in Japan content, there is crossover between that and VTuber stuff. You know, there's even like IRL streamers that have collabed with VTubers, you know, so, you know, the possibilities are definitely there for sure. And, you know, a lot of the studios are based in Japan, like Niji Sanji is based in Japan, Hololive's based in Japan. I think VShojo is the only non-Japanese based, or Japan-based VTuber agency of note, certainly. The other two are based in Japan, but they have like English branches. Still waiting for the B Shonen branch to come out. But yeah, so I was thinking of like either like the Sailor thing, or you know, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Mr. Peachy character that I was trying out. You know, I could probably make him like a VTuber, because I think that would be pretty easy to do. I was looking at like buying like a 3D model of like Max Headroom and having it be something like that. You know, something similar, not quite, but similar, where it's like the pink glasses and, you know, just very, you know, just kind of monotonous, monotone type VTuber. You know, just doing React Peachy content. Cool. Yeah, because I definitely do want to do more of Mr. Peachy stuff, but I'm just trying to figure out, like, where that character would be best placed. You know, before it was, like, YouTube Shorts, so I think the Mr. Peachy character works best in short little bursts. But the more I say it, you know, doing, like, VTuber-type content as Mr. Peachy could be pretty interesting, because, like I said, it would allow for different characters to come in as well, because it can't just all be Mr. Peachy, you know, because that would get kind of boring after a while. And I think that was the reason that I haven't really been doing Mr. Peachy for so long, is that it works best in short bursts, but if you go for too long, then it's just fucking annoying. But if you have other characters to play with the dynamic of Mr. Peachy, that could be interesting. So rather than one, so you know how like VTubers have like multiple models, but it's still the same character. Why isn't there a VTuber with multiple models, but the models are different characters? So you could like have basically run like a show just being a fucking schizoid, you know, just having all these different personalities and things. That could be interesting. I just thought about that actually. So have like Mr. Peachy, and then like, you know, I don't know, from a tech perspective, I don't know if there's anybody in the chat who could maybe chime in about this stuff, because this is all like fucking new to me. It's just pie in the sky type stuff. But like having multiple models on screen that you could like hook up with like a stream deck and like switch between the models for like the different characters. Like you over here doing Mr. Peachy and kind of talking like this. They have this other character who's kind of loud and brash and stuff like that, and you just like fucking stream deck switch. And the tracking was switched between the two models. You know, that could be interesting. Surprised no other VTuber's done that. Just putting that out there. Free real estate. But regardless, anyway, back to old Reaction Andrew here.
With a character or group trailer, then debuting about a week or two later. A standard debut is a production that showcases what a creator is all about in their first stream.
Okay.
You see, because agencies pick creators with previous experience in the entertainment or arts industry,
Yeah.
the expectation is that their talents can hit the ground running with content to wow the audience on.
Well, that and also they can be more consistent. They have a track record of consistency. That's the big thing.
To their personality. Debuts are meant to
That's
make
why
it
they don't just pick
spectacle to engage the audience
randos.
enough to hit the subscribe
You know.
button, so that they get notified about the many streams to come.
Yeah.
When I say many streams, I mean it. Agency contracts typically ask for at least 3 streams a week from their talents, but agency VTubers rarely do the bare minimum. The top agency VTubers have a schedule that can only be followed by someone who has replaced their bloodstream with energy drinks. Whether it's Less Darkness streaming 7 days a week, or marathon streamers like
It's another reason why I would probably be best with the Mr. Peachy character, because he's very low energy. So I could like maintain that for a long time. So it could work as a live stream VTuber character. The more I think about it.
Social media management, off collabs, and many more occupy what little free time the talents would have left between streams to take care of themselves, partake in other hobbies, and see family. Being the jack-of-all-trades creator is an expectation at this point, set by the many talents of Niji Sanji and Hololive who can truly do it all.
So I'm looking at this model here, and it seems... I don't know for sure, because this is the first time I'm actually seeing this channel. But just kind of based on what little I've seen of this model. You know, the main tracking is, you know, with the head, you know, the neck movements, a little bit of the body. But that's pretty basic, I think. Some mouth movements, pretty basic.
This constant flow of streams and projects isn't just...
And then blinking. I don't know if the blinking is tracked or if it just has like an auto blinker. I've seen some tracking models where like the blinks are like randomly timed. I know, right? Fucking weird. But, you know, you can get it up to that point, I guess.
Stable for anyone. Part of the appeal of
and it's synced with the little character up top, too.
All of this by themselves. If
Interesting.
you're a VTuber without deep pockets, chances are you're doing it all by yourself anyway.
Yeah.
But even if you're a VTuber affiliated with the best agency there is, the majority of the work has to be from you or in your voice. And this creates some problems. For example, this amount of work impacts the talent's health. With all this voice work, VTubers often damage their throats and are forced to use their voice as little as possible to recover. Other serious health issues aren't unheard of either. VTubing is still a new thing.
More reason to imbibe in some tea. Helps the voice.
Relate to their line of work. Part of the issue is the inability to take breaks. If an agency VTuber is taking a break or on vacation, they still feel the need to post on social media to stay relevant. Some particularly toxic fans get worried that their favorite streamer is on a date with a significant other whenever the talent is away on vacation and seeing family. To make matters worse, if you aren't consistently doing something announcement-worthy, you are out of the conscience of the fans. Since VTubers, and particularly agency VTubers,
let's speed this up a little
formula,
bit.
they more or less all appeal to the same core audience, which means that once one VTuber ends their stream, fans can find another one that suits their taste in entertainment pretty easily. This creates this constant battle for relevance, even among the top.
It's not too fast, is it, guys? If it is, I'll turn it back, but I normally listen to stuff at 1.5x speed anyway.
So that they don't have to work to support themselves, right? Otherwise, this
Usually.
would be completely impossible to maintain, right? Unfortunately, even if a creator is an agency-affiliated VTuber, that does not mean that they earn full-time pay for their full-time amount of work. Take it from Orla, who recently graduated from Sundaria.
Is there anything you wish you had more time to do before your graduation from Sundaria? All of the things I wanted to do, that's for sure. I feel as though I didn't accomplish almost any of the things I wanted to do. Maybe it's because I was busy. Like so many of us are busy. A lot of us were full-time students, full-time workers, working multiple part-time jobs, and we were still...
Yeah, I heard that. Like, even Zentrea, she posted something on Twitter saying that when she first started doing VTubing, like, she was working, like, 12-hour shifts, and would just, like, as soon as she was done, she would, you know, stream for a couple hours, sleep maybe, like, 4 or 5 hours, and then go back to the 12-hour shift, and then stream for like 4 hours or whatever after that.
We need money. Like, sorry.
Like,
very, very sorry to say.
don't know if I could grind that fucking hard.
Jobs
But
take up time. Jobs in school take up time, but we do them with the hope that we're getting some kind of money to support ourselves, right? Much like artists.
With all this stuff, whether it's VTubing or other things, you just have to make it right sized for you. And I know that kind of flies in the face of what a lot of this video is saying, where agencies want you and demand you to stream at a certain level and to stream, to hit certain KPIs, key performance indicators, so certain metrics, where it's you have to stream X amount of hours, stream X amount of days, get X amount of people in the chat consistently, maybe have like sub goals, subscription goals, things like that. But you just got to make it right size for you, man. Like the majority of people who start off either VTubing or just streaming in general, a lot of them, like she was saying, are students or, whether in high school or college usually, and they just kind of get going with things. They have the energy and the time to be doing that. It's not the case for a lot of other people, especially for me. I'm going to be pushing 40 here in a few years. Shit, that's weird to think about. 37 now. So it'd be a little different for me because I don't quite have the time advantage or even the energy advantage that a lot of these younger streamers have. But I still want to make a go of it. So I just have to accept that can't be going quite as hard as these guys can, but as long as I show up and consistently do the work and things, it'll turn out. So anyway, get off my soapbox here.
I've mostly been talking about agency VTubers as an example, but this is for good reason.
Yeah.
VTuber agencies are
Get back on the treadmill here.
With the direction VTuber culture goes in. They set the quote-unquote meta that independent VTubers tend to follow. Therefore, a lot of small VTubers and indie VTubers can share in some of these experiences. One of these experiences is the never-ending grind VTubers across the virtual world seem to participate in. Let's put it this way. VTubers of all sizes are on a treadmill, so to speak. When they're successful, they don't want to get off the treadmill in fear of losing the relevancy they worked so hard to compete for. They might even pick up the pace. And when they're not successful, they want to grind harder to see that success. There are a lot of skills to learn to be a great VTuber after all, and seemingly to get into the top agencies, you need to know all of them. We've established that the top streamers, with the help of a corporation, are the ones setting the pace of this treadmill, but I personally believe they're setting it too high even for themselves. You could say that this applies to all forms of content creation, that streaming is very demanding, and most streamers are overworked. But I've never seen a genre of content that expects the entertainers to.
Alright, we'll cap it off there. I think we'll reduce it back down to 1.25. But yeah, definitely check this channel out, Yam Komori. I'll leave a link in the chat. I just saw a notification go up for hold on. I'll put the link in the chat so y'all can see this, because this is a really good video, and I'll be watching the rest of it later. But gotta do more reaction Andrew things for something else near and dear to my heart, and that's Navy stuff. Even though I don't, for those who don't know, I used to do Navy videos. That's how I really got started on YouTube, was talking about my experiences as a U.S. Navy sailor and now veteran. And I came across this other channel, JT Suits. What up, fam? And his stuff. So he just dropped a new reaction to the new Navy boot camp video. But we're going to watch the first one just to give some context, and then we'll watch this new one as well. So my boy JT Suits, definitely show him some love. He's one of the OG Navy vloggers. I found him when I was actually getting out of the Navy, because he and I were like two ships passing in the night, right? So, as you know, he was stationed in a lot of the same places I was, but in like different parts. Like he was in Japan as well, but he was stationed in Atsugi, which is a different base, and then I was stationed in Yokosuka, which is the main base in 7th Fleet. But he was stationed at an air base because he worked in the air department, whereas I was in surface on the destroyer. So he's recently made a comeback, coming back to the platform, which is fucking awesome. You know, super fucking excited for him to be making some videos and stuff. So we're gonna be doing a little reaction, Andrew, to his stuff as well. So let's get to it. First, we'll react to the first video. So this is a reaction of a of a reaction.
Yo.
Fuck, hold on. Excuse me. Reaction of these fucking name. Bootcamp 2023. Now, for those that don't know, I went through Navy Basic, Navy Bootcamp back in 2010. So it's been about, what, 13 years since I've been to Basic? A lot's changed since then. So let's take a gander, as this old feller is saying. So this old dude over here, or over here, if you can see my cursor, maybe not. The old fella at the bottom screen is a Marine veteran, and JT, like myself, is a Navy veteran, and they're reacting to Navy boot camp, which is weird that the Marine's there, but regardless. So we'll react to the first one to give context, and then react to the new one that just came out today, like just a few minutes ago, actually 3 minutes ago. So let's get to it. Reaction Andrew time. Woo!
Yo, what is going on, guys? We are back here.
We're at the 1.25.
I told you we're grinding 2023, 2 videos in a row. You do a video every
We'll do
day.
1.25. I think that's a pretty good speed.
I'm in a pretty shitty mood right now. But dude,
JT, you gotta get that mic setup fixed, man.
we gotta pump.
It's too hot and spicy.
I wanted to do this reaction video. It's a brand new Business Insider came out with this new bootcamp reaction video, and this is like somebody reacted to the bootcamp video that just came out.
You guys can hear it fine, right? I probably should have asked earlier. But
Like, I don't know if you guys remember.
regardless.
Selena, Bully Juice, Nava the Beast.
yeah, man. Fucking back in the day, JT was reacting to all like the "What's Navy boot camp like these days" videos, and he fucking blew up doing stuff like that, you know. And you know, before he was running a like a COD channel, Call of Duty, and he was doing that for a while. But now he's back at it, back on the Navy grind. I'm super stoked to have him back on. So JT, if you're watching, what up, fam? So
All the OGs, all my homies.
yeah, bro. Now you got this OG reacting too.
And yeah, this is the newest one for boot camp. This Jameson guy is talking about the Navy. He's a Marine, but the dude looks like he's like 60 or 70.
Jesus.
I've only been out of the Navy a couple years, and I feel like
I mean, I've been out since 2015, so I've been out of the Navy longer than I was in it at this point.
You know, I've only been out a couple years, and this guy's giving his commentary, and he didn't even serve in the Navy.
Yeah, that part's a little weird. Like, I mean, well, damn, bro, that's harsh. Back in my boot camp. Yeah, bro.
If you guys are new here, I served from 2010 to 2015. Did a
Same.
couple deployments. Went overseas to the Operation Enduring Freedom. Persian Gulf,
Yeah, I never.
deployment out of Japan to Australia.
Yeah. Oh, he went to Aussie. That's cool.
Graduated on the GI Bill in 2018. Was the president of the Military Veterans Club at Calhoun University.
Cool.
Then I won Best Military YouTuber in 2019, and I took a break because for some personal reasons. Took a break making military content and on this channel here for the past couple years. But now we're back.
Hey.
2023, we're back. We're grinding.
Gotta adjust that gain there, JT. It's a little too hot and spicy in the chat. They got the same uniforms, so I used to wear this for a PT, physical exercise, or physical training. So yeah, they got the same ones.
Hated boot camp, would not recommend. If there's one tip I'm gonna give you, you better be able to pass that run and pass the swim.
Let's take a look at the latest and greatest in Navy boot camp. Added a
Oh,
recent
Jesus.
graduate series to give it some real flavor.
Okay, cool.
How is it going for the Navy? Is it better? Is it worse? Let's take a gander.
Let's take it. Oh shit, he said the same thing. Let's take a gander at this. Take a gander over here, y'all. Yeah, brother. Sorry.
This is Nava and
Navi the Yeast Senior.
No, I miss like, man, we used to, the military community,
Oh, man.
we used to be like in group text chats, always talking to each other, and like, who knows
I don't know.
what everyone's doing nowadays, dude. Miss you guys. But,
Golly.
this Jameson reacts,
This is bringing me back, dude.
in this video, he calls us fat bodies. He says fat
Oh, he does?
bodies. He talks a lot of shit.
He doesn't in this one though. Maybe later, but
And also, this guy, the chief right here.
it's definitely a Marine term. Fat body.
I swear to God, I'm 99% sure I served with this guy in my squadron.
Now he's pushing boots. That's.
I'm about to hit up some homies from my squadron. I'm pretty sure this guy was an AD.
Oh shit.
Chief, and he's in boot camp trying to RTC pushing divisions, but
yeah, pushing boots.
Wow. Okay, let's get back into it. Hey, stop saying fat bodies too, you freaking grandpa.
Jesus.
Division of U.S. Navy recruits is in week 3 of their 10-week boot camp.
In week 3 of their Navy Division boot camp.
It already went off in the wrong foot.
Jeez,
Everything
beats.
was super bad.
They're enduring what's known as the intensive training exercise, or IT.
God damn. These
Alright, so we got business inside.
man, these guys are like really selling it. You know, like I mean, they must be in like the early weeks of their training because you know you start getting IT'd, which is I mean the old school term is getting beat, but they call it IT for intense training, or ITE, intense training exercise, because Navy loves them acronyms. Like to change the uniforms too. Like I still miss the Type 1s, the blueberries. Now it's just like we're posing Marines with that fucking uniform. But regardless, Type 3s, fucking A. But yeah, I mean, like for the first couple weeks, it sucks. I mean, that's kind of the TLDR with Navy Basic. Is, you know, the first couple weeks fucking sucks. Once you get to about the halfway point with Marlin Spike, which I guess we'll get to eventually. I don't know how many parts this is going to be. But once you get to Marlin Spike, I think that's the big turnaround point. You know, the RDCs, instructors and everything, they kind of start laying off you a little bit less. It's less about just beating you down and shit. And it's more about building you back up at that point. So if you can withstand like the first 4 weeks, you'll be fine. So
They're selling it, right? The only way they're getting access to
yeah, just like old man River over there saying, you know, they're really selling it because they gotta Hollywoodize it, you know, when they're getting beat, because like you're not supposed to show any sort of emotion or anything like that. And obviously there are some that do in the beginning, and they get a little extra attention, as the RDC say. But if you just kind of go and just calm the emotions and just go through the exercises, don't stand out, just keep your head down, then you'll be just fine. But if you're all like, "What, petty officer?" Then yeah, it ain't gonna work out for you. Not gonna have a good time.
camp is by being positive. We got a brand new seaman. I'll link to her channel below. She just got out of boot camp, so you get a flavor for what's really happening here. She doesn't seem like she's terribly excited about it.
Well, I don't think anybody's really all that excited about boot. I'll be honest. If they are, they're not the people you want to hang out with. Yeah.
No, it's not like Marine Corps stuff.
Yeah, it's not like Marine Corps now. Back in Vietnam. Hell yeah, brother. Turn and burning, baby.
But no, it's basic, like, mountain climbers, push-ups, sit-ups.
Yeah, fucking 8 counts, shit like that.
For maybe like 20, 30 minutes. They have some cards.
Yeah.
No one's putting you, you're not going in the laundry room. You're not making the ceiling sweat.
Yeah, that's like old school shit.
Back in my day.
Back in my boot camp. Back in my Navy.
We were still doing Operation Enduring Freedom and going over to the Middle East and the Persian Gulf. Like, we were in active wartime, and they barely get it. I had just come out of high school. I had done wrestling and sports my whole growing up. So, like, it's a very basic...
Yeah, like, if some of y'all are worried, you know, for those who are thinking to join the military, which according to recent statistics, not too many are, for reasons. Try not to get political. But for those of you who are interested in it, it's not really as physical as you might think. At least for the Navy, it's not. For other branches, it's a little different. Obviously, if you go like Army or Marines, much more physically demanding. But like Navy and Air Force, I mean, not so much. Like for me, when I went in, I was 24 years old. Thought it was going to be like the old fuck of the division, because like a lot of people that I was seeing that were going in were kids like fresh out of high school, didn't really have many other options and shit. And I was like 24. I was like fucking old man River over here. I was feeling like. But when I went in, it was during the recession, so I was about like the median age for people going in at the time, because you know we had a lot of people who were fresh out of high school, of course, but we also had some older folks there too. Some guys in like the late 20s. We even had one dude who was 35. He was as old as our chief. He was like at the fucking tip of the curve as far as like people who they would let in. and they let him in. So, you know, probably with a bunch of waivers and shit, because they don't want to fucking drop into a heart attack or something. But they let him in, so, you know, if you're still within the age limits of things, don't think you're too old. And plus, you know, the military's lowering their requirements and stuff for people to join or rejoin as well. So, you know, just putting that out there. But as far as like the exercise and stuff, that was the main point I was getting to. Like, is it really hard? Not really. Like for me, I did like some very basic exercises to get ready. You know, a lot of cardio. If I would work on one thing, it would definitely be cardio. Don't really worry about like, you know, gains, bro. You know, just work on your cardio. I lost about 25 pounds before I went to basic. Ended up losing a lot more, but ended up gaining muscle. So the actual amount of weight that I lost was like maybe 10 pounds or so to net with the muscle gains and shit. So I was kind of disappointed because even though I was at like the best I was ever physically, you know, I ended up gaining weight, and they had to do the fucking rope and choke for me even on the last one. And I was just like, fuck, man. Because like I felt really good, you know, I was in really good shape and running and everything like that, and they still had to fucking rope and choke me. And of course I was fine back then. Now not so much, but I was fine back then though. But yeah, you know, just lose a few lbs. It's easier to do when you're younger, of course. And just do like some basic exercises, like if you're a fucking couch potato, just walk on the treadmill, do walks around your neighborhood if it's safe. For me, I would do like high intensity exercises. So I would, you know, I would run as fast as I could for a couple minutes. Then I would kind of slow down to a nice walk for about 2 or 3 minutes. Then like crank it back up for a minute, crank it down for like 2 or 3 minutes, and then just keep kind of doing that. That really helped me out a lot. Doing carb cutting as well. Like for me, being a good old Midwestern Ohio boy, meat and potatoes, man. Literally our meat and potatoes. You know, a lot of carbs and meats. So I had to cut down on that. So what I do for sandwiches and things, I would do open face sandwiches. So I would get like the super hippy dippy Dave's Rockin' Bread with like all the grains and fibers and shit like that in it. And I would just use one slice. So, you know, even though the bread was low carb by itself, I would only use the one slice to really cut down on carbs. And, you know, just drink water and tea and stuff. And I would drink one soda, one sody pop. That was on Sundays. Other than that, none of that shit. So, and that plus the cardio and stuff, lost 2 pounds, or not 2 pounds, 20 pounds in about a month's time. So, if I can do it, you can do it too. So.
Cardio type exercise. I was always smiling, like, you know.
Yeah, I couldn't do the push-ups and things for shit, but I still managed to get there though.
Might be a little difficult, but I mean, no, it's not like Marine, nothing. No.
It lasts for about 40 minutes.
As long as you're in basic goodish health, you'll be fine. Now, obviously, they're kind of Hollywoodizing it by like really selling the faces and stuff. Like if these guys actually pulled those faces, like for real, like they'd be fucking eating the deck, like fucking on your face, like fucking A. But they're obviously they're Hollywoodizing it a little bit to really sell like the intensity of things, but it's not that. It's not that deep, guys. It's not that deep.
I swear to God, I screwed with this guy.
Oh, we got some fucking individuals here. Individuals in chat. Oh, okay, now, another thing I want to say is I love the new dress whites. I love these things because they got the black piping. See, when I was in, they didn't have the black piping. It was all fucking white. And I fucking hate the dress whites because it's the fucking glass suit, so like any little thing would stain it. So when I graduated and went out with my family, obviously, graduate in August, so it was dress whites, not dress blues. Dress blues are a little easier to manage as far as stains go, but dress whites, like, ain't no hiding. So, and especially for those of you who had working whites, if you know, you know. But, just going out graduating basic, going out with the family out in Chicago, and going to all kinds of different restaurants and things like that. Giordano's, there's this Jill's restaurant or something for breakfast. They had like the most insanely good pancakes and stuff out there. I did like a whole NFAX video just talking about the restaurants. I don't know how many are still around these days because it's been so many years. Giordano's is still around, I know that. There's that. Went to the Rainforest Cafe as well. That was kind of a touristy thing. That was kind of meh. Giordano's was good. The Jill's restaurant was good. There's a couple other places we went to as well, and just kind of gallivanting around Chicago. Because that was another reason I wanted to go Navy as opposed to Air Force. Because Air Force, they graduate down in Texas, and Navy's in Illinois. So it was easier for my folks in Ohio to visit me for graduation if I graduated from the Navy versus Texas, which is a bit of a drive. So it's a bit more of an ask to do that. And plus, Air Force is like, I could smell the death upon your old 24-year-old ass. So they were like, no. Like, they even closed their offices because they had like too many recruits versus Navy, which, they took care of me. So all's well that ends well, right? And it was thanks to Navy that I ended up in Japan in the first place. I got orders out to Yokosuka because I wanted to go to Japan at some point, but being a po' boy from nowhere, Ohio, didn't have a whole lot of options. So joined the Navy and figured I would be able to come back, go to Japan rather, when I got out of the Navy, because I'd do the GI program or something like that, or get my bachelor's and come out here as an English teacher and just figure it the fuck out. Ended up getting orders to Japan, stayed out here for 2 years, went back to America for 4 years, then came back out thanks to the GI Bill, being able to study abroad out here, and I've been back in Japan for over 3 years now. So studied abroad, got my degrees, and just looking for full-time employment so I can get that work visa. So I can continue my stay out here. Anyway.
2022 is probably not 40,000 recruiting.
Yeah. Okay, so you can't see this because fucking JT's picture's fucking huge. But like recruiting targets, what's the reason why people aren't joining the military? Direction of the military, that's the thing. It's a lot more prevalent these days. Again, I don't want to get too political. It's not what it's about. But, a lot of transparency involving certain things, more obvious. Also, there's more options now versus during the first recession, so people can make income through different means more so these days versus back then where options were more limited. But, you see a lot of recruiting cycles, and JT will get into this here in a sec, but you'll see a lot of, like, the shittier the economy is, usually the more signups you get in the military because, if you can't get a job out in the factories or elsewhere out in town, join the military, right? Get 3 hots and a cot, pay in the 1st and 15th, easy day. But, there's more options now, even with the recession and everything. The military is finding it hard to bring in recruits. So that's kind of an interesting thing because, historically that's how it's always been. When the economy goes in the shitter, more people sign up for the military just because it's, a steady paycheck. And then they get education benefits at the end of it. But there's a lot more ways for people to make money now, even with the economy kind of going a bit sideways, that even still recruiters are finding it hard to get people to join the military. Not to mention, a whole plethora of, people not making physical requirements as well, not just for weight, which is the big issue, but just other mental health, other physical ailments and things like that disqualifies a lot of people from military service. So it's harder and harder for people to recruit these days. Whereas when I was in, they were I wouldn't say they were kicking people out left and right. I mean, JT mentions it like that. It wasn't quite that bad, at least from my area of, the Navy. But they were letting some people go, and they also weren't shy about not wanting to keep people around. So if people wanted to go, they were like, well, Shogunai, my guy. If it's your time to go, it's your time to go. Whereas now they're fucking begging and pleading, and they're giving all these sign-on and re-enlistment bonuses and shit. I mean, they had re-enlistment bonuses back when I was in too, but they were very paltry. Maybe get like 10K or something like that if you were a critical rate. If you were a fucking corpsman or a CS or something like that, they might give you like $5,000 and a hearty handshake for serving in the world's finest fleet. And there was even times where they didn't even do sign-on or re-enlistment bonuses or sign-on bonuses at all. Like, your bonus was serving in the world's finest fleet, shipmate. Like, that was a real thing. Now they're fucking throwing all kinds of money to get people to stay in, lowering requirements and everything like that as well. So it's fucking wild. Anyway.
Don't want to join. I put a community poll out, and people said there's lots of reasons.
Oh, this is his poll. Okay.
I have my thoughts.
Take a gander at it. Come on, JT. You live in the South. You ain't ever heard gander before? Fucking A. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. They lowered the ASVAB score. You had to have certain ASVAB scores to even qualify for certain branches.
They raised the age to like 40. You can join. They lowered that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is right. Recruiting isn't sure, but recruiting is always, it's a cycle. You should know this, Grandpa.
Exactly.
You've been seeing this cycle for 50 years. What do you mean?
When the economy's good, recruitment's bad. When the economy's bad, recruitment's good.
Early ERB because we had too many people.
Yep.
The retention was like we were kicking people out. We had too many people in, and now we need more bodies. So then we're gonna have too many. We're gonna kick people out. It's the same cycle.
Tales old as time. Tales old as time, brother. That is. 1%. It's a bit higher than that. I think it's like 10 maybe, but if it's down to 1, then we're kind of fucked, aren't we? Shit. Hurry up. Shit.
Driving from O'Hare Airport bring about 100 new recruits in processing facility.
Yep.
Now, all this is the latest and greatest to include the young lady, the young seaman, right? She's right fresh out. This is what's going on. Start at the face diapers, quarantine time, all that is still a thing. I'm publishing this video.
Oh, hey, and another little point. I'm just noticing this fella's t-shirt. For those of you going to boot, don't wear anything that's that'll get you noticed. Just wear like a very basic t-shirt or something like that, so that way you don't get fucking reamed by the RDCs. Don't go in wearing a fucking like weed shirt or anything dumb like that. You'll get fucking extra attention, and you don't need that shit. So.
We want to put them in a stressful environment to show them that even though it might be stressful for them, they can get through it.
Yeah.
She was an AO1 right there, that RDC. 1, 2, 3 lift.
Oh.
She got that 10 ASVAB. Rocking the 10 ASVAB score. AOs. Where's my AOs at?
AO?
Get those bombs. Hey, no, I used to hang out behind on the island, behind the bomb farm. I used to chill behind the bomb farm.
If you are ordnance, your ASVAB is shit. AO. Yeah. Yeah, I've only had limited experience with AOs. One of my RCs was an AO, and especially for me, being part of weapons department, I had the unenviable task of interacting with some of the AOs because I was in charge of sonobuoys. So I would interact with this AO2 and talk to him about buoy inventory and shit like that. So that's my only brush with AOs personally out in the fleet.
AOs would always have to muster the ship's company AOs. The weapons divisions would always muster in the hangar bay. Hangar bay 1?
I wasn't on a carrier. I was on small boys. Frigate and destroyer. So this big deck shit, I don't fucking know.
This Jameson guy's making comments about, you gotta get the jab, you gotta wear the face diaper, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. And again, don't want to get political, but we and JT will mention this as well, but we had to go through pretty early on with a bunch of jabs and shit for different stuff. And even when I was out in the fleet, if we'd visit certain countries, we'd have to get vaccinations and stuff. So you know, for me, it's just kind of whatever. But, you know, that's just my stance on it. Don't mean to get political, but it is what it is. So.
He probably doesn't remember because he's been out like 50 years.
Yeah.
First or second day of boot camp, you literally walk through.
I know. It's literally like a fucking cattle, you know, herding cattle through this fucking tube. It's just fucking these little nubby ass corpsmen just fucking jabbing you into the shoulder. They're just like, take one step, up, one step, up. It's literally like that. Except for the peanut butter shot, they just fucking jam it in the ass. Which everybody was making such a fucking big deal about the peanut butter shot. And I don't know if it's just because I got a fucking thick ass, but probably is, actually, in retrospect. But everybody's making such a big deal about the peanut butter shot. It's like, oh my god, you're not going to be able to sit down for a week, bro. It really wasn't that bad. Like, my ass was a little numb, but it wasn't too bad. Meanwhile, everybody's just fucking dying. They're just like, oh, I can't sit down. Oh, fucking hurts, petty officer. Training timeout. I'm like, y'all are fucking babies, dude. I'm just like, it hurts a little. It's not too bad. It's manageable. But the thing that really hurt from doing the little cattle herding was this one fucking corpsman must have got me because my shoulder was a little tense. They just jabbed me just right in a fucking tense muscle, and it was just like, ah! Like, that one fucking hurt. The peanut butter shot wasn't shit compared to that. Like, my shoulder was fucking just, fucking A, man. They must have, like, just got me in the right, or the wrong place, I should say. In just the fucking tense area. It was just like, ah! But, regardless.
A bunch of shots. Who cares if throwing another one? Look at my medical record. I got almost 10 vaccines. I'm moving over to the Middle East.
Yeah, same.
Southeast Asia, all these different countries.
Yeah, they give you, like, anthrax vaccines and flu shots and all this other stuff. So it's whatever.
And then it kind of like sets the tone for the rest of the training.
This is cinematic, like Rocky. Oh shit. Oh damn. This guy wants to be the Lizard King so fucking bad. If you know, you know.
When I tell you to, you will remove your cell phone. People join the military for lots of reasons. Most people join to do military shit, right? Get hardened up. Even if they're going to be pushing papers, they want to feel like they did it. They're part of a team. And what you're seeing here.
I mean, look. Okay, this guy's fucking looking. Oh, okay. He's just maybe got told to look at his phone. I don't know, but yeah, we just put all our phones and shit in a box, and the box got mailed out. You know, so that's kind of what it was. So don't bring anything that you don't want lost. You know, I don't even think I brought my cell phone when I went to boot. This is basic 101. Don't bring your fucking cell phone. So, yeah, I don't think I brought any of that shit with me. I just had my wallet and stuff. That's about it. So what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, like the reason people join. Like, everybody's got their own reason, of course. You know, steady paycheck, medical benefits, things like that. For me, it was education. It was always about getting my education benefits, which, you know, thankfully, thanks to my time in the military, got my education bennies, baby. We got them degrees. 2-time college graduate with associates and bachelors. Got to study abroad out here in Japan for over 2 years. So, stationed in Japan for 2 years as well, thanks to my service. So, you know, not for nothing, I'd say. Let's see here.
It's good, right? But then you listen to what people actually experience from boot camp and you go, is this really what's going on? Or the people, I mean, we'll say stand by.
Stand by.
Stand by. But if you got
he caught that too.
We'll do part 2 here soon.
Okay, so he's just going to do part 2 soon, which is right fucking now. Buck meow, baby. Fresh out the kitchen. Hard and fast at the ignition. Anyway. Papa's in the house. Oh shit. Audio jungle.
Good segue into Grandpa Jameson travels. Jameson travels. Now, what's going on, guys?
Grampy Jameson.
It was raining.
Oh, that's his name. Okay.
My hair got wet. Yesterday I was being a little sassy. JT.
Yeah.
Little sassy JT. Might have went a little too.
Oh, Navi East Senior light you up.
Oh no, poor. No, but honestly, you know, I was just standing up for my Navy brothers and sisters.
Yeah, brother.
Let this old Marine here talk smack about us, calling us fat bodies and all these things. But which is funny, because there can't technically even be any fat bodies in boot camp. Now, because you have to go through MEPS, and they do the BMI and weigh you, you'll probably do the whole shebang.
Well, I mean, you can get waivers, and especially with recruitment being as low as it is, I'm sure they'll let you slide, you know. Like for me, I was technically overweight when I went in, but you know, you gotta show enough motivation and show that you care. And if you're not like egregiously overweight, then you'll be fine. Like if you're like 5 or 10 pounds over, whatever, you'll sweat it off. And it's true. So.
He's talking about people that are out of shape, like who can't pass the run or push-ups. Okay.
Yeah, push-ups is my thing.
We're in the Navy.
You know, I could do sit-ups for days. Maybe not so much these days, but at the time I could. Oh shit, that reminds me. Fucking boot camp memes. It's one time in boot camp. So for my final physical assessment in boot camp, so for the push-ups and sit-ups, you're teamed up with somebody, right? And so it's kind of the buddy system. So you're kind of expected to pass the sit-ups and push-ups, you know? As long as you're not being like too obvious about it. As long as you pass the minimum, then, you know, that's kind of the main deal. And it's grouped up by age, of course. I don't know what it is these days, but you know, you got little age brackets. You know, you got, you know, by like age and stuff like that. And usually, like when you do team ups for stuff like that, it's like, okay, what's your minimum? 42 or whatever. It's like, okay, cool, gotcha, bro. And that's how it is. You know, they'll count the first 42, and then if you do anything past that, it's kind of extra. But they'll make sure you at least get the minimums. That's kind of like the bro code, usually. Unless you're like really obviously struggling, then it's like, nah, bro. You know. But you know, if you got 40 instead of 42, you know, maybe you got a couple extra in, and you know, I was a little too harsh on the counting. You know, maybe do 42, 43. You know, just whatever. You know, fudge the numbers a little bit, you know. Not the smartest, didn't get the highest ASVAB score, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just kind of the buddy system like that. But I ended up getting fucked over by somebody who wanted to be all super honest about it, was like a little too technical about things. And, you know, for my thing was push-ups. Like, you know, apparently I don't remember exactly what it was, but I think it was like 3 or 5 push-ups off. I believe my push-up count within 2 minutes was like 42 or something like that. It's been many years, guys. I don't remember exactly, and the guy said I got like 35 or 37 or something like that. So I missed it by like 3 or 5, apparently, because I didn't break the 90-degree plane. So old Booter-Ooter decided to go all honor, courage, and commitment on me, and not at least give me the minimum. Which even the RDCs were kind of like looking at me sideways, like, you know, we saw you like do them and stuff, and you were fine. I guess your shipmate kind of buddy fucked you there. So, and you know, so the push-ups and sit-ups were kind of gimmies for the most part, but the run was tracked through like this little computer chip. So you'd have like this little bracelet on your leg, and it would track how many laps you did, and then it would like divvy that up, and that would be your time. So you couldn't fudge the run. You had to like do the run for real. Push-ups and sit-ups were kind of gimmies for the most part. But that was like the first, last, and only time I did the run, because after that I did the bicycle, which was way easier, and I could listen to music. So, yeah. Whereas, you know, if you were running, I was just too worried about like running into people or, you know, tripping or something like that, and I couldn't really listen to music all that well because everybody's fucking yelling and shit. Whereas if you're on the bicycle, you can kind of control the strength and everything. So I'd usually kind of crank up the traction or the difficulty or whatever, and just kind of go nice and slow, because it would based off of calories burnt, and it would have like a conversion of calories burnt versus time, and they had like the conversion and stuff. So I would have to hit like X amount of calories. I think it would have to be like 155 or something like that. So I found that if you raised the intensity, you know, the I don't know if it's called like traction or whatever. So if you raise the intensity and had a good speed going, and you were able to do it consistently, you could hit it without really, you know, without much difficulty, actually. So that's what I'd usually do. I'd usually put the traction up a little bit higher, and just as long as I was, you know, just kind of chugging along, nice little speed, I could hit it no problems. And that's how I was able to pass the tests, you know. But obviously, you had to get past the old rope and choke, and that's why I ended up failing. Failed the rope and choke, and once you fail the rope and choke, it doesn't matter how good your tests are, you're done. So, fun story. Anyway, back to the reaction, Andrew.
We don't need no like jacked. We don't need no super yoked dude in the reactors. Or,
yeah, that's another thing.
Command,
you know.
CIC. What's it called? The little blue rooms.
You're moving too slow.
Oh yeah, JT. He's the air guy, so he doesn't know about the combat rates. I'd love to do a little collab with them to kind of enlighten them about some of the blue rooms, the old blue light special as he calls them.
And then it kind of like sets the tone for the rest of training.
Yeah.
What the f are you looking at, guy? Where did I tell you to look? Where did I tell you to look?
Yo, that.
I'm sure he's gonna say this. I haven't watched this video. I don't know, but he's like, this guy is giving off mad Lizard King vibes. If you know, you know.
That was kind of. That shit was intimidating at first. Like I was 18, 19, and I had crazy Filipino mafia guy yelling at me. But that guy sounds pretty. Hey, that's pretty. You got to admit, like you'd be pretty shook.
Yeah, he's popping off pretty hard.
Even now, dude.
Doing his job.
My son is 5. I almost have a 5-year-old.
Yeah, MC.
Like, dude, I couldn't imagine going back through boot camp now after having raised a toddler and a newborn. And like, it's just crazy, the perspective. It's crazy. So you can have such a different experience in boot camp depending on just little life things, man. Yeah,
that's another thing too, because like JT said, he joined straight out of high school. I joined with some life experience at 24, and you know, I was still scared like everybody else was. You know, a bunch of people fucking yelling at me and shit. You know, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like, the military was my only option. Like, if I dropped out, like, the fuck am I gonna do? Be homeless? You know? So I had to make this work. So that was kind of my motivation, was just making it work somehow. Because I had nothing else to go back to, you know? But yeah, being a little bit older, a little wiser than, you know, your average high school grad, had a different perspective on things. And if I've had some people ask me in the comments, you know, there was somebody came in earlier, asked, you know, would you join the military again? You know, right now? And I'm like, even though technically I could qualify, you know, if I lost some weight and stuff, but age-wise, I'd still technically qualify. And being prior service, you know, I don't know if I had to go through basic again, probably. And I have to go down a rank, so instead of being E5, I had to go down to E4, I think is what it is. Because I've been out for so long. But even then, you know, if I had to start completely over, like, fuck no, I wouldn't do that shit. Like, you know, I'm just too old for that shit now. But even when I joined, I thought it was too old. I thought I was going to be the old fuck of the division, but yeah, even back when I was 24, I thought it was too old. So rejoining at 37 it's not happening, brother. Not happening.
It's crazy. Okay, anyway.
Welcome to Recruit Training Command. I'm Chief Walters. I'll be one of your facilitators this evening. When I tell you to, you will remove your cell phone.
People join the military for lots of reasons. Most people join to do military shit, right? Get hardened up.
Didn't we
Even
just
if they're
see this
gonna be
part?
pushing papers, they want to feel like they did it. They're part of a team. And
Sure.
what you're seeing here looks good, right? But then you listen to what people actually experience from boot camp. And
Yeah.
Go, is this really what's going on? Or
Yeah. And again, I just want to emphasize, if you go to basic, don't fucking bring your cell phone. Don't fucking do it, dude. Just leave that shit at home. Because you get fucking reamed for that shit. Even though everybody does it, you'll get fucking reamed. And plus, you gotta send it back home anyway, because like you gotta put all your belongings and shit, in a fucking in a box and mail it back home. So just save yourself the headache and just leave that shit at home, or sell it, regardless.
I mean, you'll see. Stand by.
Real quick, someone made a great point talking about what he said. People want to feel military. They want to feel this. No, like right now, boot camp is a pump, not a filter. Somebody made a great point. Boot camp is a pump, not a filter. Especially when we're needing bodies.
Yeah.
You're gonna see it, like you said, stand by, stand by.
Stand by. Yeah.
Why is he saying military, dude?
Yeah, that's another thing. I totally forgot about that pump, not a filter thing. That fuck, this is really taking me back, guys. So I'm starting to get back into that military thinking and stuff. Because like I said, I've been out for over 7 years at this point. So been out for a minute. So a lot of this stuff I just kind of forgot about. But yeah, pump, not a filter. So what he means by that is boot camp basic is meant to just push people through, pump them. It's not meant to filter people out. It does filter some people out. Obviously, if you're, have a fucking mental breakdown or physically you break, because there's some people that have had to, get discharged because they got hurt. We've had a few in my division that happened to. Really great guys that would have went on to be fantastic sailors, but shit happens, and just gotta do what you gotta do. So, but for the most part, it's meant to be a pump, not a filter. So it's meant to just push people through to their A school, or if they're undes, to their ship, and just meant to push people through to the next command, basically. So if you just kind of go with the flow and don't cause any trouble or whatever, don't be an individual, as they like to put it, and just do what you're told when you're told and how to do it, you'll get through just fine.
This guy, I love this guy, Jameson Travel. This is literally a Nava senior, Nava the D senior.
Nava U senior, baby.
He's motivated, dude.
Dedicated.
But anyways,
you can check us out.
What was I saying? Oh, I lost my train of thought. People nowadays, though, a lot of us are joining just for job stability.
Yeah, like I said earlier.
You're like 18 and 19 and having
3 hots and a cot, pay on the 1st and 15th, man.
a lot when you have 0. So it's like,
it's true.
A lot of us are joining for that, and the GI Bill.
Yep.
Is that GI Bill go to college? Like,
yeah, GI Bill was my number one thing. That was my number one thing. I wanted to get that education. Get that paper, baby.
One of the last generations that actually might have been influenced because of September 11th. I was in 5th grade. I vividly remember it.
Yeah.
I was 11 years old, 10 or 11 years old on that day. And, 7 years later, when I was 18, I up and joined.
He was a fucking baby when he joined, when that went down. For me, I was a sophomore in high school, and, I saw it on all the TVs and stuff. And I remember everybody lining up to the gas station because they thought, all the gasoline would get cut off because of Middle East connections and things. So everybody was filling up all the cars, all the trucks, all the fucking tractors and shit. Like, there was lines out the gas station for miles because of that shit, because they thought lines were going to get cut off. But, yeah, those are my memories of that time. Try not to get too political, but...
person in my family to join the Navy. Did that have an influence on me? Probably. People going in now?
Yeah, I didn't join because of that.
Probably not.
I joined for, because of the recession. More than 9/11.
Any money is good money when you have 0 money.
The only 9/11 that influenced me to join was the post 9/11. For being real here.
But you're gonna let him know that you arrived here safely.
Call on. Everybody here has a fucking cell phone. Fucking generation, I swear to God. I mean, we have them too back in the day, but goddamn.
I know like when I first seen medical, like, cause I've seen videos and everything, I'm like, I'm never going to medical, blah blah blah. That's a lie. My first day I got SIQ, I slept like a.
Yeah, SIQ, man. Oh, actually, I have another boot camp memory from that. So I remember when we first got our new uniforms and everything, they weren't washed, so they were like fresh out the pack. So for me, I have very sensitive skin, so if I were to wear like clothes like fresh off the rack or fresh out the pack or whatever, I would break out in hives, and that's what happened. Because you know, my chief saw that I was like, I had like hives and shit all over my neck and arms and stuff, and like I was kind of panicking because I was thinking like, fuck, I'm gonna get kicked out because I have hives all over my skin. So I was like freaking the fuck out. And so I asked my chief about it, if I could go to medical or whatever, and you know, I don't know, they gave me some cream or some shit, and they made me SIQ, sick in quarters. So basically I just sat in bed all day and slept. But it was funny because during that time we had a fire drill, and so this was the time where you had to stay up for like all day. So I was already fucking tired. So, you know, I got the SIQ chit, slapped it on my rack, my bed, and just went to sleep. You know, and nobody bothered me because I was SIQ. So, when the fire alarm went off, I was so fucking gone, I didn't even hear it. I was just... And plus, when I did eventually hear it, I was like, what do I do? And nobody came to get me. They all like grabbed their blankets and shit. There was some people in the fucking shower when this thing went off, and they just fucking running out with fucking blankets covering themselves up and shit. Thankfully it was during the summer, so they weren't freezing themselves out there in Chicago. But yeah, everybody fucking ran out, you know, like blankets and shit, and doing a head count. It's like, oh, so you didn't get well, they said my last name, but so you didn't get Andy there. So the whole division got beat because they didn't come and get me, and I'm just like, oh, I feel so fucking bad. And I'm just like, you know, but they knew it wasn't my fault. You know, I wasn't the reason. Well, I mean, it was the reason, but I wasn't the reason. So they ended up getting beat because they didn't have somebody come get me. Because you also get roles in boot as well. So you'd have like a medical officer and a dental officer and stuff like that. And I guess they're supposed to be the ones to come get the SIQ people during this time. But like everybody just fucking ran out. They didn't even fucking shake me awake or like say, hey man, we gotta go. Because I was just passed the fuck out. I was so fucking done. They didn't even get me. So I think I kind of joked with them a little bit. It's like, damn, y'all let me fucking die in the fire, huh? I think even the RDCs cracked that joke. Oh, you let old Andy there die in the fire. And shit. So, yep, that's me.
And like after that, I just kept going LD, SIQ, and I promise you, like, it was the best thing that freaking happened to me.
I'm going to applaud this young sailor. She's being honest. But back in my day, the old day, right? The old Corps.
Back in my military.
I'm going to go on the limb here and say, if you're on light duty a lot more than a day in boot camp, you need to be held back. You can't.
Well, more than a day. That's a bit harsh. But definitely, you know. Okay, so LOD or LIMDU, I think is what it's called now. Light limited duty. If you're coming off of an injury or something like that. For me, when I was SIQ, I was just, you know, sick with the hives and stuff. So after a day, like I was, you know, back at it, fit for full. So, but for some people, depending on the injury, they go LLD or LIMDU, light limited duty, and they can only do so much. Again, depending on the severity of things, a day's a bit too harsh, but a week, certainly, you would get held back as mode. Depending on the severity of the injury. Sometimes you get put in like a sick bay, and get put on hold. And then they'd have like chain of command determine if you're able to continue to graduate at a reasonable time. And, you know, like I said, it had one guy, like, basically he had some kind of, I forget exactly what it was. He like injured his knee, or no, it was like nerve damage. He had nerve damage in his leg from one of the exercises, and, you know, they eventually sent him back, and he got kicked out because, you know, the injury would take too long to heal for him to continue and graduate basic at a timely manner. And he went and joined the New York Fire Department at some point. So he's out there doing well. What's up, Josh?
This, and she would go on to tell you she wasn't held back. She was on light duty. Again, this isn't about her, but if they allow this in boot camp, if they didn't allow her to be on light duty for something that's an ouchie, right? She'd keep moving. She'd overcome something, right? She'd be like, wow, I did it.
Yo, I'm coming back. I'm coming in with a voiceover. My camera died. I'm trying to get this video out. We're doing a video every day for 2023 as long as we can.
Yeah,
the clock's
baby.
running out. I got to get this video rendered and uploaded, but I did want to touch on his last point. He said he applauded the young lady. No, I do not applaud this malingerer. Just blatantly admitting to malingering and like smiling about it, bro. What? How are you applauding? This is insane, bro. Dude, okay. You do not want to be, you know, the worry is going to medical because you don't want to get set back. So people don't want to go to medical because they don't want to get set back. But most of the time you're gonna get a cold pack and get some medicine and you'll be on your way. Like, don't kill yourself and not go to medical because you're worrying you're gonna get set back.
Yeah, that's another thing I probably should have mentioned earlier was kind of like her stance on going to sick call seemed a little too, you know, borderline malingering, but, you know. But I would say, you know, again, there is a lot of fear of getting set back, but, you know, if you're hurt, you're hurt. It kind of is what it is. You know, you don't want to, you know, risk damaging yourself. But, I mean, if you're sick, like, that's easily to overcome. You just fucking go to medical, get some pills or whatever, tell you to change your socks, and just carry on smartly. You know, depending on the severity of things, you might be, you know, SIQ for a day or so. You might be LOD for a little bit, but, you know, life goes on. But if you get hurt, you know, that's a different story. But, yeah, don't be afraid to go to medical if things aren't on the up and up, but don't rely on them for everything. That's my stance. Everything in balance.
Most people, 9 out of 10 people going to, I don't know the statistics, dude, but like, no, you're fine. Get a freaking Motrin, get an ice pack for your knee, like whatever you got to do. But also, dude, do not apply to her. She's like bragging about malingering. Dude, where am I hearing? What am I living?
Yeah, it's a little too. Whoop, is that it? Oh shit, hold on. Oh, I already did a reaction video to this one. This is an old ass one.
This one right here.
All right. So that's a whole nother one for like 2 years ago. Fuck me to tears. Golly, that is something else. But yeah, let's see. We still on? You guys still live out there? Cool. I know we've been going for a minute. Shit, over 3 hours at this point. Golly, that's a lot. I usually don't go this long for streams. Usually like cap out at like 2 hours. I'm starting to feel hungry, so I think we'll end things here. But yeah, really super stoked for you guys joining the live stream. If you didn't catch some of the earlier stuff with like the resolutions and things, you can just kind of skip around. And I'll be putting out an edited video going more about New Year's resolutions and things like that as well. So you won't have to, you know, zip around in this one. So just be on the lookout for that. Making more of that quality content 2023. So, that said, guys, this is Andy. Signing for now. As always, forever. We'll see you next time. Catch you later, guys. Bye.